when it feels like the world is on your shoulders and all of the madness has got you going crazy. It's time to get out, step out into the street. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? See if I can get this going. Y'all ready? I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Whoa, Batty Land. And we wind it up. Mm, 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 mm. Wind it up. Mm, 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 mm. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, but not yet. Whenever you're ready, we're ready to go. Whenever you're ready, we're ready to go. Hey, how y'all doing this morning? I'm waiting for the. Okay. And we gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those. Oh, 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 oh. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. When it feels like the world is on your shoulders and all of the madness has got you going crazy. It's time to get out, step out into the street where all of the action is right there at your feet. So I know a place where we can shake the groove right away underneath electric stars. Everybody good out there? Let's go, let's go. Let's get into the show. Y'all ready? Let's go. Uh, pump that beat. It's the 30th. That's right, y'all. 2026. Six. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Well, we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, this and that and that and this and this and that still got me lit. How everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. I can't wait till that song come out. Ooh, that's gonna be a nice song right there. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to get that done. How are you guys doing? Yeah, that's right. It's right at your feet. That's right. Y'all remember that? That was my joint right there. I don't know if anybody remember that, but that is El DeBarge. To the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light. Let's go, you guys. Why was James Comey indicted for seashell Trump threat? I don't know. You guys might have to tell me, but I'll let you know one thing. That's our header today, and we got to get into it. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me this morning, I appreciate you. Y'all know what we're about to do, right? Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. So without any further ado, I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I need you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point, and let me know where you're chiming in from. Also, let me know what time it is. Y'all be seeing me shout out the times and the zones and all of that. And don't say that we don't go everywhere, because I'll be dizzying if we don't. We go everywhere on this show. I hope everybody's having a fantastic and healthy morning. We have a fantastic health and wellness section ready for you guys too. But before we go any further, you know we can't do it without what? Getting those prayers in the air. We got to let the Lord know that we appreciate the fact that we can jump around and dance and make all of this noise and be here with our friends every morning. I tell you that because the first thing you need to do is say thank you, Lord, even if we got the problems. So guess what we're going to do right now? We're going to say thank you, Lord, even if we do got problems to deal with, because guess what? We didn't have to wake up this morning, and we love you and we appreciate you, Lord. Also, we want to appreciate our family members here, all of our friends. We want to pray for your good health. We want to pray for you guys to have a fantastic day, to be safe out there. That's right, you guys, for enlightenment, for blessings. Want to pray for you guys to be happy. Want to pray for everybody to be healthy, understanding. Let's go ahead and appreciate each other as well. How about that? Let's do that. Let's pray for appreciation. Who I'm praying for right now? Mark Dorfman, Jonathan Burke. We got angels among us in the building. A-Dog, that's right, 47, A-Dog 4769. My brother Casey Ramos. How you doing, my brother? God bless you too. Always a blessing to see you in here. Lighting up the room. Sweet RV Adventures, 55 Coffee House Lisa, Eric Hernandez, Jonathan Burns, Liberty and Justice. There we go, right there. There we go. Fiji 5P, my people there. Miss Swanza out in B-More, always tapping in. Thank you so much. Batty Lynn, thank you for so much. Always rocking out with the audio. Guy and Elsa. Who else we got? Wise Eyes. Who else we got up in the building? Who else I see? Come on. Who else is here? Eric Hernandez. We got to get some of the locals up in here. Let's get Luigi. Let's pray for Luigi. Also got to pray for Terry. Can't forget about Angels Among Us, Winter Rising, Sam Champion, Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman. I'm going to try to get a lot of them in there, as many as I can remember, you guys. All right, let's see who else. Sam Champion, I said. Jordan, that's right, can't forget about Jordan as well. And that's it. And myself, amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a lot to get into this morning. Like I said, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Again, why was James Comey indicted for the seashell Trump threat? And you know what we're about to do right now? Let's get into these titles. Let's go. We got to go. Why was James Comey indicted for the seashell Trump threat? You guys let me know. Let's keep on moving forward to the next one. What do we know about the attempt on President Trump's life? We already know the person's name. We know about the fact where he's from. Let's see what his family members have to say, because apparently there was a phone call with a warning right after this happened, like they kind of knew what was going down. Let's keep on moving forward, because last but not least, we've got Trump and Melania calling for Jimmy Kimmel to be fired. What do you guys think about that below the belt jab joke that they were calling? Was it a joke or was it an insult? I'd like to know. You guys let me know. But right now, you know what it's time to do, right? Get your water, your tea, or your 55 coffee house, and let's get ready, you guys, or your big bowl of cereal, because we got some news to get into, you guys. Let's get it going. We got some news to break into this morning. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Let's go, because we're going to start it off with the President of the United States, and he's talking about security measures, what's going on moving forward, and much, much more. Let's double tap that screen and let everybody know that we're here. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Let's get it.
Too long ago. Did you talk to him about today? Did you talk?
He asked him if he spoke to Vladimir Putin. He said he did today, just going in.
About the progress in the space area? And what else?
I didn't talk about space, no, I talked about Ukraine, and I talked a little bit about Iran. I talked about a few different subjects, mostly about Ukraine, and we had a very good conversation. I think we're gonna come up with a solution relatively quickly, I hope. I think you'd like to see a solution, I can tell you, and that's good.
What involvement does he want to have in the Iran situation?
He told me he'd like to be involved with the enrichment if he can help us get it. I said I'd much rather have him be involved with ending the war with Ukraine. To me, that would be more important, because we're gonna have that. Look, we're not gonna let Iran have a nuclear weapon, and we've knocked out their Navy, we've knocked out their Air Force, we've knocked out their anti-aircraft, everything, apparatus, everything they have, their radar, they have very little left. And they have some missiles, a small percentage. They have a small percentage of missile-making facilities. We knocked out about 80% of them. The rest could come very quickly if we don't make a deal.
Good point, 55. War needs to come to end, period. Ours too, exactly.
They're not gonna have a nuclear weapon, they know it.
Wars need to end.
And just about everybody else does. And so we talked about that a little bit. He doesn't want to see them have a nuclear weapon either. But I had a long talk with President Putin. I suggested a little bit of a ceasefire, and I think he might do that. He might announce something having to do with it. Did he announce it yet?
No, but I was wondering, I was just going to ask
You
you.
know, I asked him about, even if it's a little ceasefire, there's so many people being killed, it's so ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, Mr. President, in light of today's
Supreme Court ruling on the Voting Rights Act, do you want Republican states in the South to look at redrawing congressional districts before
I
the
don't need
midterms?
to tell me when did the ruling come out. I've been with the astronauts. I've been with contractors because we're trying to get the ballroom built
Yeah.
ahead of schedule. It's right on schedule. It's ahead of schedule now. I want to keep it that way.
It came out today.
And I was also with commissioning some people, but one of them, David Warrington's son, I don't, David, everybody knows David, he's got this incredible son, so he was just sworn in, so we had other things. Tell me about what happened.
Well, some think that the ruling create more Republican held congressional seats in the South.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the kind of ruling I like. When did that happen?
Well, this this morning.
Really, is that right?
Okay, let's see what Carolyn Levitt has to say about this Jimmy Kimmel situation. You guys moving right along. You know how we do.
Rhetoric. You mentioned the First Lady and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's comments were, Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow. And he said this days before the shooting, but there does seem to be a normalization of rhetoric about assassinating this particular president. How can this administration try to put an end to this?
Well, I think you heard it directly from the president on Saturday night, Aisha, that in his words, we need to recommit ourselves as a country to toning down the rhetoric and to unifying around what makes our country great. That's true of everyone who works in this White House, but as I said, it's also true of everyone who has a voice and a platform across this country, whether you're on television, a podcast host, people listen. And when you have mentally disturbed individuals across the country who are listening to this crazed rhetoric about the president day after day after day, it inspires them to do crazy things. And
That's why we don't do that. Not over here.
unfortunately, it's not just the media, it is the entire Democrat Party has made their pitch to voters across the country that Donald Trump poses an existential threat to democracy, that he is a fascist, and that they compare him to Hitler. I mean, these are despicable statements that the American people have been consuming for years. And so many mentally perturbed individuals are led to believe these words are truth and then are inspired to act on it. I have a whole host of examples that we can share with you after. It is pages and pages of major Democrat Party elected officials saying, such as Rep. Hakeem Jeffries, just this month, said, we are in an era of maximum warfare everywhere all the time. Governor Josh Shapiro said heads need to roll within the administration. Senator Alex Padilla said people are, quote, dying because of fear and terror caused by the Trump administration. Senator Elizabeth Warren, President Trump is making the country look like a, quote, fascist state. Senator Adam Schiff saying President Trump using a dictator playbook. Senator Ed Markey calling President Trump a dictator, saying that this administration's actions are authoritarianism on steroids. Governor J.B. Pritzker, never before in my life have I called for mass protest disruptions. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace.
Woo, okay, and you know what, Carolyn? That's a lot for you to be dealing with, especially when you're expecting right now. Must be a lot of stress for her to be doing all of this right now, especially while she's expecting. See a little bit of lines up under her eyes. Lord knows, I hope she's getting enough rest. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, let's keep on going. Where we at right now? Okay, yeah, let's go. We got to get on over to this other report where the investigators debunked rumors of the White House pow-powing claims of it being staged. How many people here think that the pow-powing attempt on the president at the correspondence meeting was actually staged? You guys, if you think that it was actually staged, give me a thumbs up. If you think that it was a real attempt, give me a thumbs down. And of course, I will read whatever you have adjoining. So yes, if you think it was staged, give me a thumbs up. If you don't think it was, thumbs down. Let's keep on moving forward and see what's going on with these debunks. They're saying that it's got debunked, that whatever people were saying, it's not true. Let's see.
This afternoon, we're learning more about the investigation into Saturday's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The suspect, Cole Allen, has been charged with attempting to assassinate President Trump and made his first appearance in federal court yesterday. Investigators say they're working to verify details and release information quickly as false claims continue to spread online. According to federal officials,
this is half and half. We got 50-50 going so far.
there is no evidence to support claims that the attack was staged or connected to any policy or building plans.
Half and half, yeah.
This gentleman from
You
California.
guys got this thing half and half on this topic right here. Nobody, it's like nobody's winning. I see 50-50 on this. Yeah, I see 50-50 on this so far. Yep. Sorry, I see 50-50 on that topic right there. So half of you people think it was actually an attempt, and half of the people think that it was staged. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got some breaking news. We got this shouting match that started between Ro Khanna and Pete Hegseth over Iran war questions. They're basically trying to get some monetary, as far as like more money when it comes down to going back to WAR for for the fund. And there's a little bit of tension going on back and forth here. Let me know what you guys think about this.
As a gentleman from California, Mr. Conrad.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Hegseth, tomorrow is 2 months since the war has begun. You've testified that it was 25 billion in cost in terms of the munitions we used and what we paid for it. But when you add to that the damage that was done to our bases and today's dollars for buying replacement munitions and replacement aircrafts, what has the total cost been over the last 60 days?
That number right now reflects the total cost.
Who that, Mike?
Including
Pete?
buying today's dollars, the new weapons and replacements, and including the damage there. That's your testimony.
If there's adjustments to that, I would defer to the comptroller on that.
And how much are you seeing in terms of, are you asking in terms of supplemental funding just for the Iran mission from this committee?
If and when a supplemental is submitted, the majority of it would not just be for, would not be
So
for
what would be
Fury,
the
it would be
for Iran?
munitions related to the entirety
Just
of
the
what we
numbers.
want to get done.
A number, what would you submit?
It would be within the, on Iran, it would be less than 25 billion, but there's a lot more we would ask for beyond. just
You're
Iran.
saying it's 25 billion. Okay, I would just, if you come back, you want to revise those numbers because all the experts are disagreeing with you when it comes to today's dollars and damage, but you can revise it. How much did it cost American taxpayers in terms of the strike to the Iranian school where kids were killed? You have that number in terms of the missiles we use?
As I've said, that unfortunate situation remains under investigation.
You don't know how much it costs the
Investigation, but I
taxpayer.
wouldn't tie a cost to that, to anything.
It's a reasonable question, no, sir? I mean, our taxpayer money was going there. Do you know how much it will cost Americans in terms of their increased cost in gas and food over the next year because of the Iran war?
I would simply ask you what the cost is of an Iranian nuclear
I'm
bomb.
gonna give you that.
I would simply ask you what the,
Yeah, but
playing gotcha questions about domestic things. I'm not,
you're saying it's a gotcha question to ask what it's gonna be in terms of the increased.
why
cost
won't
of
you
gas?
answer what it costs to prevent Iran from getting a
I
nuclear
give
bomb?
you that, sir, but let me.
What would it cost? What would you pay to ensure Iran doesn't get a nuclear bomb?
Do you,
What would you pay?
I reclaim my time. Do you not know, you had no one do the analysis of what the increased cost of gas and food on the American people are gonna be?
What is the cost
Let
of
me-
Iran
let me-
holding that straight at issue with
let me-
nuclear weapons?
It's $631 billion, which means it's an increase of $5,000 a year for American households. Now, let me give you this point. You're saying that your operation is preventing a nuclear Iran. Will you acknowledge that there is an economic cost to the American people for doing what you believe is necessary to make Iran denuclear? Will you acknowledge the economic cost?
We have an incredible economic team that's managing this better than
Yeah, but
what the previous
But
administration did for our economy.
you acknowledge
What the previous administration
You,
did for
you don't even
inflation.
know what the, you know what's
What the
upsetting.
previous administration did with COVID, and you're gonna let this administration about the economy?
You know what is upsetting?
Incredible.
You didn't even do the analysis on how much it's costing the American people. It's one thing if you said, okay, it cost the American people $5,000, but we think it's worth it. That's what we've done in World War II and other wars. Here's what it costs. You got to pay for it. You don't even know what the average American is paying. You don't know what we paid in terms of the missiles that hit the Iranian school. You don't know what we're paying in terms of gas. You don't know what we're paying in terms of food. Your 25 billion number is totally off. It's the incompetence. It's the incompetence.
Ooh, okay. Is it the incompetence? I don't know, you guys. They kind of went in right there. They went in. Woo! If you appreciate the content that you guys are receiving right now. I see we got over like 300 people up in here, and you guys are really low on the likes. Let me show you how to do that, right? This is your phone, right? You look at it. take your two fingers like that and you go like this. Boop, boop, you double tap it. If you're already here, that must mean you like the content that you're looking at right now. And we appreciate you. The reason why we ask you guys to double tap that screen to get the likes up is why? Because YouTube, they get a signal and they say, hey, must be something going on over at Our Bottom Line. Let's put up that header over there. And more people see Trump standing there like this and they say, let's see what's going on over there. And they get to see more of our show. We don't ask for nothing out your pockets because we know the first is right around the corner. And we know it's hot out here, low with pimp. So we ain't trying to hit your pockets. But we would like you to hit that like button up. And that's totally for free. If you also like to subscribe to the channel, it's that circle right there on the bottom. Boom, hit that subscribe button right there. And of course, last but not least, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there right there. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. It lets you know when we're on. And if you really feel like a big spender, big spender, big spender, spend a whole $2.99 and become a member, big spender. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because dun 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 dun. We got King Charles and Queen Camilla. They get the royal reception at the White House. Hi, everybody. Hi. How you doing, guys? That's right, they're here. And then they just came to New York, started moving around, going all around the states. I guess they're doing their United States run right now. That's King Charles right there with Queen Camille, as you can see, President Trump, and of course, the lovely First Lady Melania Trump. Sorry, guys. This must feel very royal today. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, they fixed it too. They was like, what was that about? We will get into that later because we got a little questions for Mr. Charles over there, King Charles. We're going to see what's going on with you, Mr. Charles. I'm sorry, King Charles, because we had a few questions that weren't answered. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got some more serious news that we need to get into. DV4D. Let's get serious right now. And Nick Reiner returned to court in a high-profile LA murder cases. Let's see what's going on with these cases right now with Mr. DV4D and Nick Reiner.
Two major Hollywood murder cases back in court. Singer David, accused of sexually abusing and murdering 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, has a status hearing.
And Nick Reiner, accused of killing his parents, director Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner, has a pre-trial hearing. Eyewitness News reporter Irene Cruz is tracking both of these cases for us. Irene.
Yeah, John, Rachel, a lot we are following this morning in court. And let's start here with singer David. He has been scheduled for a preliminary hearing status conference today. And last week, prosecutors say they found a significant
Not looking like yourself so much no more, huh? Looking a little bit stressed out, huh, David?
amount of child sexual abuse material on his phone. Now, these check-ins determine whether the case advances. A preliminary hearing could happen on May 1st. Prosecutors say more than 40 terabytes worth of evidence on computers, tablets, and iCloud were found. That shows.
So they found child, on his phone and videos and stuff like that. So yeah, David is a weirdo. Yeah, we can go ahead and call him that. They found all that on his phone as far as more and more content, they said too. That's right, chills now. Yeah, him.
Volume could slow the progress here. And that discovery came after the teen's autopsy report was revealed.
Look, it's been eating them, says Sweet RV.
Brutal killing with stab wounds and dismembered parts. Certain drugs were also found in that victim's system. The singer, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. We received some insight on the case from a former federal prosecutor.
During the preliminary hearing, I expect law enforcement witnesses to testify and summarize the evidence. The typical rules of evidence don't apply at a prelim, so LAPD officers and detectives can talk about what other witnesses said. expect to hear a lot of that.
Now, David has been transferred to the Twin Towers Correctional Facility. That's actually where Nick Reiner, who in another high-profile case is accused of killing his parents, director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. Nick Reiner also has a pretrial hearing for today. Rob and Michelle were found stabbed to death in their Brentwood home in December. The night before, Nick had gotten into an argument with his father. He has pleaded not guilty.
This is why I tell you guys to be careful who you let in your house. Sometimes be real careful when there's other things like what we watched the other day with the 18-year-old and the 20-year-old that was really like that needed assistance. That's a totally different situation. But anybody that's going to bring harm or has actually shown any sort of out lashing or anything like that, got to be really careful with who you have in your house, you guys. Even if it's family, I'm not even playing. Watch family too.
Couple's eldest son, Jake, recently spoke out, calling his parents guiding lights and the quote, most giving people I have ever known. Okay. Very high profile cases we are keeping a close eye on today. Nick Reiner should be in court this morning, while David is scheduled for this afternoon.
Now
Today, two major Hollywood murder cases back.
This one I couldn't believe because out of everybody, I would never expect for this fool. I'm just gonna call it like it is. Could you imagine? I'm going there. Yes, I'm going to hit first. I'm not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am not a conservative, and I am not a liberal. Just so you guys know, I'm a human being. I have no party affiliation at all. Just so you guys know that. The reason I'm saying it is because when I throw certain people under the bus, I don't want you to think it's because I'm for any other party. No, it's not. It's because of what I think about that person. And this is what I think about Tampon Tim. How all of a sudden you gonna act like you had something to do with the fraud cases and getting people and bringing people to justice? There's no, what? You mean to tell me after all this time you're gonna try to do a whole switcheroo? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know. We were actually trying to help assist to get these fraudsters out of here. What are you talking about? I don't know what that lady's talking about. Nobody's tried to give her a gag order. Wait a minute, you guys. We were part of this. Yeah, okay. Let's see what's going on with this crap right here. He's actually trying to claim part of the investigations and saying that they have something to do with the fraud investigations that are going on now. Check this out, you guys. Tampon Tim tried to take credit for finding prosecuting fraud. This seems like the Twilight Zone to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It feels like the Twilight Zone to me.
On Fox Nation. Well, the failed vice presidential candidate said that the federal raids happened, quote, because our state agencies caught irregular behavior and reported it. If you commit fraud in Minnesota, you're going to get caught. And that's exactly what we saw today. His post drawing fierce backlash, including from FBI Director Kash Patel, who wrote, come again, this FBI and DOJ with our DHS partners drafted and executed every search warrant today. But go ahead and take credit for our work while we smoke out the fraud plaguing Minnesota under your governorship. In an interview airing later this afternoon with Will Kane, Vice President J.D. Vance took a shot at Walt's Tough Talk.
We really did not get much help at all from the governor's office. Where we did actually get some help was from some state, local law enforcement officers who we assigned to the federal task force because the state government wasn't doing anything. So all credit goes to people on the ground, the federal officers, the state officers who are working to uncover this fraud.
Back in December, Nick Shirley released a 40-minute video investigating Minnesota date.
The Leering Centers. Nick broke this, not no Tim Wall. What are you trying to take credit for all of a sudden? Are you serious?
Cares that appear to be receiving millions of dollars in your money, government funding. It earned over 130 million views in a short amount of time. And not long after, Governor Walz called Nick Shirley a, quote, delusional conspiracy theorist, but yet he has always been on the case, he tells us. Lisa, I have a picture of Tim Walz. We'll put it up. This is him with a Somali illegal, Abdul Dahir Ibrahim, who was arrested by the Trump administration for fraud. But yet he is on the case.
So, Kaylee, I've experienced this in dating. It's called gaslighting. It is when we use a psychological manipulation to get people to, to lose perception and to question their own reality. If you remember, after Nick Shirley did this expose and called out the Minnesota government and Tim Walz in particular. What did he say? He accused him of being a conspiracy theorist. He said that it was white supremacy. He dismissed him, and then now he wants to act like he's part of the solution and like, oh yeah, we work hand in hand with the federal government. BS, Tim Walz. And look, for years he ignored this. You have whistleblowers that said they've raised concerns for years and they were ignored, they were smeared, they were sidelined. You have testimony from longtime investigators who described a system where their concerns were dismissed as well. Nonpartisan audit found that officials failed to act on clear red flags. You had one review showed that nearly half of frontline worker payments weren't properly verified during COVID. And then you get to the why Democrats allowed this to happen. Go back to that 2021 meeting with Attorney General Keith Ellison, where he met with the fraudsters and they're like, hey, we need help. And he said, don't worry, I'm going to fight for you. And then what happened shortly thereafter? Donations to Keith Ellison's campaign.
Oh man, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know. It might be some heads about to roll out there in Minnesota. I don't know. All of a sudden, he's trying to jump on the bandwagon. They say he's trying to revert, he's trying to switch roles halfway through the movie. You guys, if y'all appreciate the content that y'all getting right now for your boy Boogotti NYC and our bottom line, go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up, get more people over here. We got some serious news to bring you guys now from Chicago. That criminal in the Chicago hospital that did the pow-powing to the two police officers, and they were trying to figure out how did he actually get access to the GLOCK. Now, when it gets around to that, we're going to have to keep it moving. But I have to bring you guys up on the information because it's a very serious case. It's breaking and it's going on now. Let's get on over to Chicago and follow up on the story that we've been following up on about the guys that were on the scooters first. After the scooters, they were checked into the hospital, and then they pow-powed the police officers. Let's go.
Tonight, NBC5 investigates a question that is still perplexing many of us and may haunt police families for a long time. How did a violent career criminal smuggle a gun into a Chicago hospital while he was in CPD custody?
Investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy is here and has been looking for some answers tonight. Chuck?
Stefan, when Alfonso Talley was taken into custody and put in a CPD transport wagon, the police policy called for him to be handcuffed and searched head to toe. It's a procedure repeated thousands of times a year in Chicago and on hundreds of occasions for every patrol officer. Tonight, investigators are still searching for answers in the Talley case, how he managed to sneak a gun into a hospital emergency room past two veteran officers and hospital security who all had searched him. The moment of truth for many Chicago police officers, an arrest and search for dangerous weapons. This 26-year-old career criminal, Alfonso Talley, who prosecutors say appears in a lengthy rap sheet of gun crimes and shouldn't have been on the streets, last Saturday managed to smuggle a Glock 10mm pistol like this, branded as a subcompact and easily concealed. Now, law enforcement sources tell the NBC Chicago investigative team that Talley hid his illegally obtained weapon in the folds of fatty skin, his weight recently down from 320 pounds to 280. Despite Talley being unclothed for a medical check and covered with only a hospital blanket, the gun went undetected during several searches. Prosecutors say the chronic felon pulled the gun from beneath the blanket and began firing at both wagon officers. Remember, professional criminals, people that are carrying guns, are professionals in what they do. They do not want to be caught. They are very good at secreting weapons upon their body. Former CPD Chief of Detectives Gene Roy says this department.
Now, he must have been fat as something, boy. He must have been really, really a roly-poly to be able to hide a glizlock under a fold. Yeah, boy, we got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. Yeah, he getting in trouble. No, I'm not. I'm good. Shut it down. Let's keep on moving forward. I covered that. I know what's going down now. We learned. I learned to respect the power of the two. I ain't stupid. We know better now. Let's keep on moving forward to Mom dummy, na is a super cat, na he's a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na he's a dumb dummy, dummy. Yes, that's our mayor. That's his theme song. They need to put it to a beat, and every time he come out, let it play. Because now, trying to get some more of that dough from them rich people, y'all. And you know what that's gonna make them do, right? Blondie! out of here, leaving New York the same way they did in Los Angeles, same way they did other places. I don't know why these people don't learn from their mistakes. I do. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen to get these likes up, because this El Fulio right here, he's just not getting it.
It's not the first time that these two are at odds, even though there's a lot that they do agree on when it comes to this. And fair warning, we're going to use our math minds this morning. We are digging into two budgets, one for New York State, the other for New York City. Both are late as lawmakers try to negotiate who gets what money and who pays for it. Bottom line, New York City wants more of what is made in the city by high earners to stay in New York City for working class families.
Together, we have secured full funding for the first 2 years of Universal 2K to the tune of.
Can we see the receipts for where you spent the last money at? How about that? That's what everybody really trying to say. The bad part about it is people are saying, we'll give you more money if you can show us some receipts. I would be like this. Hold on a minute. Oh, that's all I got to show you? Hold on a minute. Hey, Chase, can you send me the last transactions for what? What's the problem? Can you show us where you spent the last dough so we know where this dough is going to go? Let's keep on moving.
Of $1.2 billion. With the pied-à-terre tax, we are creating a new sustainable revenue stream that will bring in at least $500 million each year.
Praising Governor Hochul, but also asking for more money. Mayor Zoran Mamdani and City Council Speaker Julie Madden making their case. The city sends 55% of the state's revenues to Albany, yet only gets back 42% of that. Following on his promise to tax the rich, Mamdani is proposing a new budget move targeting the pass-through entity tax, a tax credit used by the wealthy and small businesses.
Particularly for filers with an adjusted gross income over $1 million. That adjustment would align New York City with other states such as Massachusetts and Connecticut, who have lower credits of 90% and 87% respectively.
Governor Hochul responding with a hard no.
We're not changing PTAC. We've encouraged the speaker and the mayor to do what every other city has to do, is look at your expenses.
Industry groups also pushing back on the accounting change, saying it hurts doctors, medical clinics, and small businesses. Now, Governor Hochul has repeatedly stood fast against moves to tax the rich, as Mamdani wants, saying it forces millionaires to flee to other more tax-favorable states. But an analysis of those leaving is that it's much more likely to be poor, and that the number of wealthy millionaires in New York has actually increased as the overall population has decreased. We're talking about billions of dollars here, both sides fighting for, their share.
I don't know where you're getting your numbers from, because when I last looked, there's 51% actually more leaving New York, because I don't know where the hell they're getting their numbers from. That's why you can't trust people when they're just throwing numbers out and information, and they got to be real. They should have been very serious and on point about what she just said. Just so you guys know, please look into the numbers before they tell you stuff like that, because they'll tell you one thing and it'll really be another. The same way they're doing a thing, the same way they do when it comes down to our crime numbers. They never actually add the pow until it really goes there. They try to keep it on a moderate level so it looks like they're actually arresting people and that crime is down. It's the way that they do it now. They make it, they mix it up a little bit to make us think we're okay and we're safe out here, when actually not so safe. Like I asked you guys earlier, let's double tap that screen. We can get those likes up to get more information out like you just saw just now. And guess what, you guys? Good morning. Let's keep going, you guys, because we got more Haitian leaders are going to head to Washington to hear arguments on TPS. We go everywhere. We got to talk about Haiti right now. It's another one of our trending topics and our follow-ups that we gotta move into right now. Let's go.
Community leaders and supporters of the Haitian community are headed to the nation's capital.
Now, many of those people have worked with Haitian immigrants for at least 5 years. That's when they came to our area legally under temporary protected status.
And News Center 7's Mike Campbell was in Clark County. He talks to some people going to D.C. as the Supreme Court prepares to hear an appeal of the government's decision to end their legal status.
The people that support the TPS status for Haitians continuing say that they have been.
I like that right there, what you said. It's like for tourists to keep on coming here. Never the truth, 100%, so they can get people to come to New York City. They might as well put the commercial back on with the one, it's the Milford Plaza. You want to trick people, put that on. Come on now, stop playing.
An asset to the Springfield community. Many of them have worked hard, paid taxes, even opened businesses or bought homes.
they work in every aspect of the country, whether it is in the community, in the school district, in the hospital, in the factories.
Viles Dorsonville runs the Haitian Community Center in Springfield. He says he's fought for his community for several years, but this is the biggest threat. The current administration threatening to end their protected status, forcing them to go home or be here illegally.
And when we come here, we are asking for nothing else than to find a safe place to work.
A horrible tragedy, an explosion at an apartment complex in 2023 that claimed the life of a Haitian immigrant child, first brought attention to the wider community that about 15,000 refugees had located in Springfield. The move-in strained community resources, but many people welcomed the Haitians.
We like them. We want them to stay here. They have been a credit to our neighborhood.
Bruce Wagle is the Rosedale Neighborhood Association president in Springfield. He said the reason people in Springfield and Dayton have rallied to support Haitians is very simple. They're hardworking, law-abiding people simply looking for a better life.
Unlike some others that we've been hearing about, huh? Watch your head. Get on up out of here. I like when the good people be able to stay. They should be able to, you guys, and that's why people are behind them. I actually like the Haitians. So come on, I like the Haitian people. I actually like all races, to be honest with you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because they're calling this another slap in the face. Why? Because King Charles, like it says on the header, refused to meet with the Epstein survivors. He was supposed to, but as we know, they were advising him not to. Let's go.
And I want to bring in Democratic Congressman James Walkinshaw of Virginia. He's a member of the Oversight Committee. Thanks for joining us, Congressman. Let's start with the stakes of this trip. The AP notes in recent weeks, Trump has lambasted Prime Minister Keir Starmer over his unwillingness to join U.S. military attacks on Iran, dismissing Britain's leader as not Winston Churchill, the World War II Prime Minister, who coined the phrase special relationship for the UK U.S. bond. Congressman, of course, the king is a figurehead. He doesn't actually govern in the UK, but could this visit help with U.S.-UK relations?
Well, look, I think the royals, for all their faults, they take a long view and they recognize that Donald Trump's time in office is waning. It will come to an end in a couple of years. And I think they want to ensure that the transatlantic relationship and alliance endures long beyond Donald Trump. So they're going to, I think the king today will subtly, delicately do his best to hold that alliance together, to call on those of us in Congress.
See what everybody's doing, you guys? They're preparing for the future, and that's what you need to do. Think long, think far, because time, it seems like it's moved slow, but in reality, it's moving very, very fast. This year, out of here. It was just January. You guys remember that? It was just January. All of a sudden, pew! Then the next year, pew! Then the next year, pew! So all I'm telling you guys is get ready, and get smart.
To support that alliance in the hopes that it can survive Donald Trump's efforts to destroy it.
You're part of the Epstein survivors meeting today amid this visit by the king. As you mentioned, his brother Andrew has faced considerable fallout from previous ties to Epstein, and King Charles has declined to meet with these survivors on this trip, pointing to the ongoing investigation in the UK. How's that response being received?
It's disappointing. I think it's a huge missed opportunity. And look, you put yourself in the shoes of these survivors. We had
The king is doing Starmer damage control.
Attorney General Pam Bondi refused to meet with them and discuss the release of the files with them. Now we have the king refused to meet with them. It's yet another kind of slap in the face as they have courageously advocated for transparency and accountability. It would have been very powerful for the king to sit with them and just say, I hear you. I respect what you have gone through. I'm going to do everything in my power.
I like that right there. Joe WAT 3982 kept it 100. He said, having heard many of the victims' stories, they need certain immunity before giving testimony because a lot of them trills trillsnafficked. I can't say that word. Other girls, and you're right. When they claim, yeah, I gave the, I received $200 or I received a few $100s in order to bring other people. You know, that's actually, yeah, that's exactly what they call it. Trills trillsnafficking. I can't say the word, but you know what I'm saying. Let's keep on moving, you guys. And a good point that you made right there. The same way I was trying to make the point earlier. And now, what did we find out? The first thing that I said about this guy David was, what was he doing with a minor in the first place? I said, you know what? Everybody's really putting the cart before the horse. Yes, she lost her life, and the way that it was tragic. The way that it happened was tragic. But the fact of the matter is, what was he doing with someone that age? That was the motive right there. And then we find out what? Video, also audio of her saying that she wanted to go tell people that they were a couple. He says, no, you can't do that. You're going to mess up my career. I'm just starting to get hot. And you know what? Boom, boom, boom. The rest of it is what it is, and it's history, same history. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Sometimes you got to put two and two together. See what else we got on this topic right here. I think we actually have some more information from Ro Connor coming in. But they're pretty disappointed, and they're sitting down with the Jeffrey Epstein. I'm sorry, the Ghislaine, not Ghislaine Maxwell. Let me get this right. Virginia Giuffre's family, and they were having a sit down at the same time while the royals were here. Let's get into this a little bit, you guys, and see what's going on.
Thank you to Sky Roberts and Amanda for helping co-convene this roundtable.
Good morning, everybody. What's up, Kendra?
Is visiting the Capitol.
What's up, Liberty?
They made a request of King Charles to meet, not with me, not with Thomas Massey, not with the survivor groups, but the actual survivors. I thought the king owed that to the survivors, given his brother's serious allegations of abuse. And I thought it would have been an incredible moment and statement to show that it doesn't matter how much wealth you have.
And somebody's making a lot of sense right here. Winston 12385 with a glove says Maxwell is going to get a pardon. I think you're right, Maxwell. I mean, Winston. If it doesn't happen now, it'll definitely happen in another year and a half. And you guys know what's going to happen then, right? Or maybe the next 2 years, the last day of a certain day, certain term.
Or you have no human being is dispensable, and that the survivors deserve justice. He unfortunately declined that request. I met with the British.
I want to know. I'm nosy. What guy don't you trust? I want to know, Frederick. Who you don't trust? Because you be dropping it on the low. Your stuff be a little off, but then when I understand it, then I get it. Frederick, who we don't trust right now?
The British ambassador has suggested that the king will acknowledge the Epstein survivors in his address to Congress today. I hope his flunkies don't take out the acknowledgement from his text. And I fully expect the king to be acknowledging the survivors and the Epstein survivors when he speaks to our nation at Congress this afternoon. So this roundtable is about recentering the survivors. They have shown such courage, such enormous guts to tell their stories over and over again, and to see that there's justice for people who abused young girls and in some cases trafficked and raped them. Twice, Sky and other family members and survivors came outside the Capitol.
Faye says she's already out. She down there with Petey, with Petey. What's his name? What's his name, y'all? What's the whole name? Pete, Palm Beach Pete.
And their advocacy is what led to Thomas Massey and my ability to pass the Epstein Transparency Act. We've managed to release 3 million files. Many of the people in those files have serious allegations of abuse. But
his name is Ro Connor. You talking about him?
There still has not been a single investigation or prosecution in the United States. We need to make sure that the men who abused, raped, or trafficked these girls are facing investigations and prosecutions. Many other countries, Britain, Latvia, Norway, have seen investigations and prosecutions. We haven't had a single one.
This was a global situation here, not just one area, you guys. This guy was around the world with this Epstein guy. Why do you think he had a plane? It was the Lolita Express, for real.
So this roundtable is about making that call. And then there's still 3 million files that remain hidden, that are in a cover-up, that the survivors want to see released. There was recently a lawsuit that Katie Fang has brought in under the Administrative Procedures Act, saying that the administration, the Justice Department, is in violation of the law, the Epstein Transparency Act that passed overwhelmingly, and they need to release the files. Today is a call to release all.
Let me see if I can help you guys with a little bit of inspiration right here. We're going to go to 500 today. Let's see if we can get up to 500, because if we can get 500 likes, yeah, I'm being greedy. I see 300 and something people up in here. If everybody hit that like button, you'll be already on your way. That means you'll be able to get 6 keychains out, and we'll be able to get 6 decals out. We're doing it today, you guys. I found 6 and 6. That's right. I got 6 keychains coming out if we get over 500 likes, and I got 6 decals coming out if we get over 500 likes. That's right. And all you got to do is send your address to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Again, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. And randomly we select, and you guys, we make sure that we send those keychains and those decals out. So if you guys want a little bit of inspiration, yeah, there we go. Our bottom line. Yeah, and guess what always happens? We get to the 500, and then the people don't send the emails, and I don't know where to send them. So sometimes we only get like 3 responses, but we get like 500 likes, I have to do this. Have to put it together, and those 3 or 4 people, they wind up getting both. They wind up getting both things, you guys. So hey, we get over 500. There's also another responsibility. Make sure you send your address so I know who to send it to. That's right. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
Remaining files, and to begin the investigation and prosecution of the Epstein class. But most importantly, it is a dialogue with the survivors and all of the incredible leaders. Thank you to so many of the incredible leaders from women's groups and domestic violence groups and sexual assault groups to have a real conversation about.
I like to give them as much time as possible, especially because of what's going on. And a lot of people here have a lot of comments when it comes down to the Epstein files. I don't care if we're talking about basketball, LeBron James, wrestling, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, whatever. I look in the comments. What's going on with the Epstein files? Wait a minute. Okay, do I know if it's selected or not? Sweet RV Adventures. Sweet RV Adventures. You can just send me your email address, your address, and I got you. You've been around long enough. Sweet RV Adventures, and you got a glove, and you've been here for a long time. Yeah, you've been here for a while too. Yeah. A couple of you guys can actually just send addresses. Angels Among Us or stuff like that. Certain people, Money Tree, certain ones that you guys can just send your addresses. We don't play that around here. We don't care about that. We look out for our people. Let's go. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get on over to London. We got this dramatic moment where error is kicked in the stomach and still nabbed 2 Jills news. I can't say certain words, and I'm not getting in trouble for saying it. I'm going to let them say it. There's not a lot of powing going on over in London, right? There's not. But check this out. There's a lot of other stuff going on over there. I'm not going to say the words. I said I'm going to let them say it. Let's go. And yes, it's pretty graphic, yes.
Horrific video circulating on social media shows the moment a knife-wielding terrorist began a stabbing rampage against 2 Jewish men. In the chilling clip, the man suddenly attacks a visibly Jewish elderly man at a bus stop in London's heavily Jewish Golders Green neighborhood. In more viral footage, cops later took the obese knifeman to the ground, and he was put in handcuffs by several police officers. In the clip, at least 2 cops can be seen kicking him in the head as they tried to wrestle the knife away from him during a scuffle. Both victims, a man
rocking him in the head like it's a football. Y'all saw that? Boop, boop.
In his 70s and a man in his 30s were rushed to a nearby hospital, where their conditions were described as stable. The attacker was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, London's Metropolitan Police said in a statement. The attack was officially declared a terrorist incident by UK police, with Iranian-backed Islamist group H+OUR Yemen claiming responsibility for the attack.
So now his whole melon gonna be swollen when he get in the car. They're gonna be like that. His whole head gonna be like this because they was rocking him in the head like, and then you know how they go. They don't get you up out of here the regular way. Sit down there, gentlemen. And then it's like the, And ain't no windows in the back of them joints. I'm telling you right now, I don't even think they got windows in the back of this. You're gonna be looking at the Domino's. Y'all know how it is. Domino's pizza, looking at the little dog on the street, looking at the old lady. Like, man, I wish I was. That's how you get when you get locked up. Anybody ever been locked up in the back of the police car? You be sitting there like this. Damn, everybody look better than you right now. Everybody. That old lady with the cane, man, I wish I was her. Let's go, y'all. Because that's how they feeling right now. Let's keep on going and double tap that screen and get those likes up. That's real life right there. You don't even want to be yourself once you get the watch your head. And they always hold the top of the car or hold the top of your head to help you get in because they don't want to say you assaulted them. I'm not like it ever happened to me before. I'm just saying, I've seen people get arrested before. A lot of people. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because you know who else? What else is going on? We got a lot of people that got, you're fired for saying the wrong things. Don't y'all know better now? Let me tell you guys something. Some things you got to keep it to yourself. You don't have to always go online. I'm a content creator. I think all the time, hey, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to bring the camera. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to be on camera. But you don't got to be on camera all the time. Especially when you're saying personal things. Take that police officer who was saying the N-word like a sailor. Ooh, N-word this, ninja that. I'm gonna put inside a rap. I'm talking about she was getting la 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 la, ninja this, ninja that. Once they put it on video, boom, there go your job. So y'all know better. Man, do that stuff at home. Because you got employees now that's getting fired over comments of all types of stuff. Y'all know better than that. Check these fools out right here. Had the nerve to start saying stuff about President Trump's power attempt like it was a good thing. Oh, Lord have mercy. Check this out right here. I don't know what people be thinking about, but you guys, even if you feel a certain way, you got to be careful before you put it on certain platforms. Learn from us.
In the days since Saturday's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, social media has been flooded with reaction. While many people are condemning the violent action, others are voicing support for the assassination attempt. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. And this type of rhetoric, Jeff, it's not unfamiliar. Unfortunately, just last year, similar comments were made after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Break down the details here.
So since Saturday's assassination attempt, not only have we seen people cheering on the violence, but also employers now taking action. Multiple teachers have reportedly either been fired or put on leave. And just earlier today, a United Healthcare employee was let go less than 2 years after the company's CEO was assassinated. Less than 72 hours since the third assassination attempt on the president's life, United Healthcare firing a woman for expressing sadness Trump wasn't killed.
They missed? So happy they missed.
According to Fox News, that woman has reportedly deleted her LinkedIn profile, but was identified as a social media manager for UHC. The company releasing this statement on Tuesday confirmed.
Boss was like, they miss, but we won't. You're fired.
The termination, adding, quote, violence is never acceptable, and any comments that suggest otherwise are in no way consistent with our mission and values. Aside from her comments, the Kakama School District in Wisconsin putting a high school teacher on leave after writing in a since deleted social media post he isn't impressed with recent assassins. Plus, a Cincinnati area daycare teacher was fired after appearing disappointed Trump wasn't killed.
And then I wake up to that news, but not that news. We're gonna have to pay really close attention.
And they're not alone. The social media account Libs of TikTok sharing dozens of similar posts on their X account, including more videos, photos, and tweets from people across the country. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt calling out the rhetoric this week.
This political violence.
Yeah, it's really not funny at this point, Lyle. It's like, I thought about that to myself. I said, I wonder how many people that are angry that it didn't happen. Because some people just don't even care what happens as long as he's out of there, no matter how it happens. And that's crazy.
Violence stems from a systemic demonization of him and his supporters by commentators, yes, by elected members of the Democrat Party, and even some in the media.
Meanwhile, Democratic leaders like Senator Bernie Sanders says, in order to tone down political violence, the country needs to focus.
Raymond Zapata said he'd tell his son all the time that's running your mouth is gonna get you in trouble sooner or later. Yeah, it is. You might as well. Sometimes it's okay to be quiet. Shut up.
On issues and not personality. Look, I disagree with virtually everything that Trump stands for. But let's talk about the issues, why we disagree on the issues, and not get into these terribly vicious personal attacks. Now, earlier this year, the Network Contagion Research Institute also releasing a report focused on assassination culture. The results finding 67% of left-leaning respondents felt murdering President Trump was at least somewhat justified. That number up from the 56% that was reported in 2025.
Whoa, yeah. So imagine living like that where everybody don't want you around no more. Whoa, yeah. Might as well be looking in the mirror doing that. That's crazy right there. So yes, we're going to pray for everybody's soul. We want to pray for everybody because this is not a good thing. Don't just want to pray for one side. I want to pray for people to be able to calm down and for people to be able to be community again, for whatever angers them to calm them down. Because in this special time, Lord, we really need you to step in and put your hands on people and shine a light and make them understand these are jobs and positions. And I do know that people's lives are affected. I do not want to pass that by. But we have a few more years, and you might not like the next president and the next one and the next and or. But that does not mean that their lives should be taken in any sort of negative manner. We don't play that around here. We pray for everybody. Amen. Now, we don't play that. Stop it, because you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like that. Don't do that. Same way I think about rich people. And what if you got rich and people are like, I can't stand rich people. Well, you know, I had what I had to do to get here, but they don't understand that part. Certain things that go behind certain elements that people just don't look at. Let's keep on moving forward to Chicago. We got a smash and grab where thieves target a 24-hour check cashing place on the south side. I used to go to the PLSs when I didn't have a bank account. Anybody else go to the PLS? I used to like the little PLS check cash in place.
Hey there, we are still up over 47th at Western, where an overnight smash and grab is causing quite a mess down here. Investigators are on scene with Chicago police. We just watched evidence technicians start to arrive, photographing the suspect vehicle on scene, as well as the damage to this business. This is a check cashing and loan business, and worth noting it is a 24-hour business. We know this all happened around 5:15 this morning. Police say the suspects, an unknown number of suspects with unknown description.
Now, if you remember the day before or the day before that, they had a Brinks truck that got hit in Chicago. Chicago ain't playing around out there, huh?
Crashed into that business, went inside. It's not clear if they got anything out of there. We do know there was no injuries that were reported in this incident.
Now, if you're a working person, got a paycheck, no bank account, y'all know we done been to the PLS like crazy. How you gonna run through the PLS with the car? For real? They was not playing. Look, yeah.
But again, quite a mess left behind. Debris all over the place right there. So detectives are working to determine what happened here, potentially looking if it's connected to anything else that's happened at any point, and doing their part of the investigation. Slow moving on 47. One more thing quickly going on the inbound Eisenhower. We have a crash at Western.
Bananas, y'all. I'm talking about, it looked like they drove straight in. I hope it wasn't no people in there, because them people, oh man, they look like, you could see the straight drive through. Oh, drive through? Yeah, oh man. I want to pray for them. Hope everybody's safe, got out of there without getting harmed. We will be following up with that story as soon as we get more information. Pray for Chicago, you guys. Yeah, pray for Chicago. Amen. Let's get on over to Spain. We got a terrifying video that shows a slingshot ride. You know those slingshots that go all the way down and they go back up like this and they go all the way back down? You guys know that you guys like those carnival rides. How many people ever been on a slingshot? How many people? I know I got some carnival riders over here now. You guys already told me you can't run away now. You already told me you like roller coasters. You guys already told me what you like to do when you go to the carnival. How about that slingshot, the one that they got all the way and it goes shoom, but it holds on to you and it doesn't let you go? How many of you are crazy enough to do the slingshot? I'm so soft. I won't even do the pirate ship that go like this. No, thank you. How many people doing it? Liberty said, my bad. Got sidetracked. Heck no, I like the carnival, but not the slingshot. Shauna says yes. 55 says no. LOL. Come on, I did the slingshot ride in 2022. Okay. I love roller coasters. I did that. We have PLS in Ohio. No way. That thing is wild. Zipper is crazy too. Bumper cars. Okay, that's so hard for me. Teacups, LOL. The teacup. Oh my God, you serious? You out bugging right now. Years and years and years, Boogotti NYC. My daughter and niece did it. I couldn't. No carnivals. It's awesome. You got to control the breathing on that. Yeah, you got to control your breathing. Let's check this out, you guys. You think you can control your breathing? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you can control your breathing on this ride right here if you do this?
Terrifying video from Spain showing the moment a slingshot ride snapped midair, leaving 4 people injured and witnesses on the ground horrified. Wow, this video is circulating widely on social media, and law enforcement says it is part of an investigation. 4 people were hurt, including 2 children, on Friday at the Feria de Abril, a popular fair in Seville. You can see the capsule.
Now, Superman dead wrong for just standing there like that. He knew he could have helped them people, just standing there like this, showing off. He know he wrong.
Being flung there before the cable breaks and sends it crashing into a steel support structure.
Thank goodness, only one side's getting away. The other side held on.
Right.
Man of steel. Yeah, okay. Didn't want to show that you was out here, huh? Y'all guys, yeah, y'all saw that right there, right? So now that you saw that again, now that you saw that, do me a favor, you guys. Do you think that you're going to be going on a slingshot anytime soon? I don't think so. I don't think so. Come on now, you know you ain't gonna see nothing like that nowhere else but right here on our bottom line. So I'm gonna ask you guys right now, let's hit that like button. Go ahead, all you gotta do is go like this to your phone. Boop, boop, and then it's gonna have a nice heart that comes up, and that's gonna show the fact that you hit that like button. Yes, we search long and far, deep and wide for content over here. Yes, we're not playing around over here. We really get it in. We really get it in. Minnesota lawmakers are grilling the state officials over a daycare after FBI raids. This is what we got to bring it up to you guys. I showed you guys the raids yesterday, but now let's bring it up to the actual grilling going on.
Thank you. So, Commissioner, there's a lot of confusion about this. And this was one of the sites raided today by the FBI. So in your statement, you said that they had been closed. In the document I received from your office, it says they didn't close until January 6th of this year. So can you please walk us through this confusion and whether you said there was no fraud found at the Quality Learning Center when indeed it looks like they're being investigated for fraud by the feds right now?
Okay, we got the House Fraud Prevention and State Agency Oversight Policy Committee here. This is Minnesota's Child Care Assistance Program. You're talking about the discussion right here. And as you guys can see, yeah, that's fresh. Let's go.
So can you please address this?
Madam Chair and members, thank you for the question. When we received information on December 19th that Quality Learning Center intended to close voluntarily, and it was not the result of any action of the agency.
Can you say the name right? Can you say Quality Learning Center? I mean, I understand that you think it's supposed to be learning, but it's really leering. I need you guys to get this right. The Leering Center.
Let's see. On December 29th, the clip that you showed, I referenced that it's intended to close, and that was the information that we had at the time. When the licensing investigators visited that very same day, that's when we were told that the center intended to remain open. However, on January 6th, the center did request to close their license, and it was closed effective January 6th of 2026 and is currently not open.
After the fact that Nick Shirley busted them. Now all of a sudden they want to close down the center. You guys ain't even gonna believe this. They were still giving them money all the way up until that time.
So they closed voluntarily. They were not shut down by your department.
They were not shut down by our department.
And you had no findings of fraud.
I can have the Inspector General speak to some more information around that. There were several of the centers that...
I love it. Social credit score 0 says learning to steal money. Y'all on point today, y'all.
...were identified in the video that had active investigations ongoing. And the Inspector General can speak more to that.
Thank you, Inspector.
Why did they bring him up here? I'm talking about, you can tell he's from Minnesota. He might as well brought a little sleeping bag.
General.
Madam Chair, members, on December 30th of 2025, we imposed the limits on receiving public funds and stopped payments to Quality Learning Center. They notified us a little while after that they were closing, and they closed on January 6th. So we did not revoke their license or disqualify them, but we did stop CCAP payments to them.
All right, well, in the video, you had said they had closed, so I just want to point out that discrepancy. Representative Altendorf.
Thank you, Madam.
Try to make it like they shut them down when it was like they closed on their own and they were still giving them money, yeah. Do they look like they even care is what's crazy.
Sure. And my question really relies around, I'm on the Children and Family Committee, and when we were talking about addressing daycare fraud in that committee, there was not acknowledgement of fraud.
Yes, Winston, they knowingly and willingly contributed to fraudulent activities. You can tell by the way they're acting.
Being in the state at all. In fact, when we were talking about fraud, often it was referred to as alleged. Today with the FBI raid, both Tim Walz and your agency has taken credit in saying that these raids are because of state, county, and federal cooperation. So my question is,
None of the dog with the big ears or the fat boy looking up at the white lady like, yeah, are you serious right now?
when did you start cooperating with the federal government on this? That would be my question.
Commissioner Byrne or Mr. Keys.
Madam Chair, members, we've had a long working relationship with federal agencies. This is not something that just started in the last couple of months. It's something that the CCAP investigators have been doing since before I got here. We did the same thing in Wisconsin in 2010. We worked with the FBI on cases they investigated. So we are not part of the law enforcement team.
This is why they lost money. These people just like this.
We're not working with them day to day, but we do provide information to them when they request it about cases, payments, and similar data. And that's a relationship that's been going on for a while and it's ongoing. Same information that we provide to BCA when they request it.
So yes, yesterday, you guys, when they got busted, they found all that information, they got it all out, and now they have to answer to why were they still giving them money even after the Leering Center even after they were shown to be fraudulent. And the only time they stopped is when they said, you know what, we're closing and we're not going to be open anymore. That's it. That's the only time they stopped paying them money. That's ridiculous. You see that laid back, lackadaisical attitude right there? That's what they were being taken advantage of. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because people asked about Los Angeles. Now we got a legal battle going on over there that sparks major disputes. See what's going on with this situation right here. Do we have more on this right here? Do we? Yeah, we actually got that blood test going on with Nick Reiner right now. Let me see something right here. Do we have that?
Donna Rotuno, Donna, we're going to have hearing after hearing after hearing. What do we want to take away from today's hearing?
So today, this is really just a probable cause hearing, Todd, which is a very low standard under the law. We will hear the
Rob Reiner's son, Nick Reiner. This is the blood test.
prosecution lay out their case. The case will then move forward to the trial posture. And then, of course, any defenses that Nick Reiner is going to file, he can file. Otherwise, the case will proceed. And then I'm sure we will hear something about an insanity type of a defense. And he will, I'm sure at some point in time, plead that. So at this point, we're just going to hear the case laid out. The case will move forward. It is almost like a rubber stamp that moves the case through the procedural process of the courts.
In a lot of the
Same reason I tell you guys all the time, you may love them, but if you already know that you have problems with them or they're Fruit Loop, I'm just going to call it like it is. Don't let them in the crib. Don't do that. I don't care what you want to call me. You can love them from afar, try to help them. But if you already had some situations that had to do with domestic, don't let people in your house because you never know when they're going to snap. And then next thing you know, you sleep and they walking around while you sleep and you in the bed. It's too vulnerable, you guys. You never know. Family, friends, I appreciate you guys and I love you. I might be able to help you find somewhere else to go, but you can't stay here. I'm sorry, no. Especially when we already got a situation that we had to happen already, and we know how these people are. You don't want to do that, you guys. And don't dump them on Nana or Auntie. So, oh, you go stay with Auntie, making it even worse for her. Yeah, I had to deal with situations like that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say who it was, but I had to go over to him and say just like this. You think you crazy? I'm crazy. So if something happened to her, I'm gonna find my way in there to see what's up with you. Oh, you ain't gonna do it. Oh, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, because we heard a little bit about the last incident. Sometimes you got to go crazy when people get crazy. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got that U.S. soldier that was accused of profiting from Maduro's capture. Watch your head. He made over $400,000 off of a $33,000 bet. And he bet on himself. Let's go, you guys. Let's see what's going on with this right here. A lot of people are saying that he should not be in trouble for this. He should not be brought on charges. What do you think? Do you think that if you strategize for Maduro to be actually captured, that you should be able to go on Polygon, Polymarket, and bet on it? What do you guys think? I mean, he did spend a lot of money. Might have been a part of his salary there, $33,000.
Right now at 8:30, a U.S. Special Forces soldier accused of insider trading in an operation he was involved in. The classified information prosecutors say he used to place bets and win nearly $500,000. Welcome back. I'm Dick Brennan. Federal prosecutors say that soldier was involved in the operation to capture Nicolas Maduro. He allegedly made several wagers that Maduro would be removed from power in the days before the raid. Alex Gainer was in court today as he faced the judge.
They're calling it insider trading, you guys. Okay?
James Dyke, a master sergeant with U.S. Army Special Forces,
Everywhere is a casino.
participated in the planning and execution of the military operation to capture Maduro. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York said, quote, "That is clear insider trading."
Ain't the whole administration doing it? I saw that before it disappeared. Yeah, what's up with what you call it, Nancy Pelosi?
Did you place those bets? According to the indictment, shortly after the January capture, there were reports of unusual trading in Maduro-related contracts on Polymarket. Van Dyke, they allege, took steps to conceal his identity, including asking Polymarket to delete his account. The 38-year-old stationed at Fort Bragg in North Carolina is charged with 5 counts, including unlawful use of confidential government information for personal gain and theft of non-public government information. He told the federal judge he was not guilty, Your Honor. The judge noted it's an unusual case in the classified information category. Prosecutors did not comment after court. One of his defense attorneys said they plan to file motions challenging the jurors.
I gotta say it because I'm kind of with this right here. Let's go. Somebody said that's insane. We got my boy Mark Dorfman over here said he gambled and won. What would have happened if nobody would have won? If he would have lost, nobody would have gave a crap. That's right. You're right. Nobody would have cared. He didn't commit fraud or steal. It was his money. Yes, that's how I look at it. I bet Martha Stewart is mad she got put in jail and nobody else is. Here we go. I think everybody over here, we thinking the same way. It's just like, don't you know I'm loco or am I local? Here you go. Pelosi, Fauci, Gates. Hell, we all could fill in a small prison if we guilty celebs and politicians, but nothing for Pelosi, huh? He did it wrong. He should have gotten someone else to place the bet. Ah, Jonathan, very smart. They haven't they aren't hiding each other's accountability because they are all complicit. Man, y'all dropping them today. Woo!
Jurisdiction and the indictment.
Mr. Van Dyke is an American hero, is somebody who is charged, unfortunately, with something that is not a crime.
I don't think I could be mad at him on this for betting his own money, y'all. I don't care. I mean, he was smart to be able to do it. Ain't my fault he was smart. Ain't his fault he was smart. That's how I look at it.
To vindicating his rights.
If convicted, Van Dyke faces decades behind bars. The next court date is June 8th. Outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan, Alice Gainer, CBS News.
Okay, Lawrence says just not professional or becoming of a military officer, and he has to pay taxes on gains. Let's keep on. He holds he told a friend and should have kept his mouth shut. That's Mark. He has age. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Yeah, that was that. You're talking about the lawyer. I know you're talking about, because he's a lawyer for a lot of high, pristine people. Y'all on point over here. Woo, y'all know the lawyers and everything. Okay, let's get on over to Los Angeles. What is it, Tacoma? We got to get on over to this road rage incident where we got an SUV going against a truck. And can you guys guess who wins? SUV against a truck. You guys let me know what you think in the comments right now. We got an SUV against a truck. Let me know who you think is gonna win. You can put the emoji there. You can write truck. You can write SUV. Let me know who you think would win, not in the race, but in road rage. Who do you think would win in a road rage battle between the truck and the SUV? Let me know what you think. Yeah, this is crazy. What kind of truck? What type of SUV and what type of truck? Let's say a box truck, a small box truck, and Jeep Cherokee, a black Jeep Cherokee, or something like Tahoe or something like that. Truck or, yep, suburban. You can say suburban. Truck or suburban. Let me know. F-150 is winning. SUV is heavier. Darnell, they both lost. Truck all day. Jonathan says truck or 18-wheeler, box truck, truck all day. This is kind of like the silverback against the silverback against the men, 100 men, right? Because you guys know ain't no SUV messing around with no truck. I'm gonna hold my people down before we go into this the wrong way. I got y'all back. I saw the video already. We ain't gonna use those comments. We going with truck. Cause what? SUV? Stop it. Come on, y'all. I gotta hold y'all down for this because y'all my people. Can't send us out there unprepared. But why was the truck driving like this? This is called road rage, and sometimes you need to let it go. Doom, 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 doom. Looks like a road rage. TKO. Oh. Telling you guys, let it go sometime. No audio, just a real serious visual. And we have action. Gentleman tries to stop truck with, and it looks like a cement truck or a dump truck. Yeah. Oh, I guess the SUV took a loss there. Let's try to run that back again, you guys, from the top. Let's run that back from the top one more time. And this is road rage, unnecessary road rage. Here we go again. Car speeding up, trying to catch up, as you guys can see. Box trucks weaving around. He must be angry as well. Almost pushes other cars on the sidewalk. He gets peed off. Next thing you know, he tries to go around. Here we go right here. Coming back up onto the scene, you guys. We're going to play that one more time. Because I was wondering why he was swinging that truck so crazy in the first place. Like, what's going on there, buddy? So as we can see, the SUV has no wins against the dump truck. It's not happening. I don't know what got him peed off, what made him go and decide to do this foolishness. You don't put no Jeep Cherokee against no truck like that, bro. And then he gonna try to go in front like, I'm gonna cut him off. Let me go in the front here and cut him off. I'm going around. And yeah, so now you got a little bit of body work that you're going to need to take care of there, buddy. A little bit of body work you got to take care of. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, so the SUV against the truck, now we know truck wins all the time. Box truck, or actually dump truck, wins all the time. He was so stupid for that. There's certain things that you got to let it go. Doom, 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 doom. Looks like a SUV. TKO. Oh, he gonna be paying some serious insurance money for that because they ain't even stopped. He probably got the plate, but still. Let's keep on going, you guys. I'm telling you guys, I'm having a fantastic day today. It's a great Thursday. Got one more day to the weekend. You guys, I know we can get those likes up to get many more people over here to see our stories. Let's get on over to Indianapolis, where we got this teen Gills Nang member known as Hellhead, who's been charged with murder in adult court. His name is Hellhead. That goes to show you guys what they thinking out there right now. On demon time. You know what I'm saying? I'm vamp life. Yeah, all that negative stuff when it comes down to the dark side. Ain't nobody calling themselves angels, only us. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We the only ones over here that's trying to be with the right side. Let's see what's going on with H-E-double-L head. I don't even want to say it because I don't even like the word. Let's go.
New tonight, prosecutors have charged a 16-year-old with murder in adult court more than a year after police say he shot a man.
That's right. That victim died several months after the shooting. Tonight, Fox 59's Max Lewis tells us court records reveal this wasn't the first time the suspect pulled the trigger.
It was in April of last year that police were called out to this stretch of Temple Avenue and found 24-year-old Wilson Astride shot laying in the middle of the street. Cops were able to track the shooting back to a 15-year-old member of a gang known as Project Baby's Thuggin', but not before he allegedly went out and shot somebody else.
Project Baby's Thuggin'.
That second shooting happened here at the Phillips 66 in 2015.
This Indianapolis, y'all.
After the Temple Avenue shooting, detectives say Richard Williams, who was 15 at the time, was captured on surveillance cameras, pulling out 2 guns and firing at a sedan parked at one of the pumps. Witnesses gave cops a description, and they found him shortly after just up the road and took him into custody, wearing a camouflage head wrap. That's important because it's the same camouflage head wrap as the suspected shooter in the
And he had 2 of them.
Temple Avenue case. After Williams' arrest in the gas station shooting, police began to connect the dots. Detectives found surveillance video of Williams and his accomplice walking near the home on Temple shortly before the shooting, as well as a photo posted online of Williams with a gun tucked below his arm. But it was messages exchanged online.
That's how they found him.
Case. Court records revealing Williams asked a friend to lure the victim to Temple Avenue. Once there, police say Williams shot him and then stole his car, later dumping it in a nearby driveway.
In August, 4 months later,
So they got video of all of this.
2025, almost to the day, that victim passes away, unfortunately, due to injuries sustained in that shooting.
Despite the time difference, the coroner ruled his death a homicide. Williams's case was elevated to murder and was finally waived to adult court this week.
Why does a 15-year-old have a firearm and think it's just to go shoot a person because they want something from that person and monetary gain? That's the disappointing part.
IMDb spokesperson Tommy Thompson says the diligent work of their detectives and the arrest of this gang member should serve as a warning to others thinking of doing something similar.
If you commit these crimes in our community, it does not matter how old you are. We will find you and we will hold you accountable for your actions. We will not tolerate this recklessness, this reckless behavior within our community.
Williams is being held in the Marion County Jail. He's set to be arraigned on those charges tomorrow morning.
Now I hope they ain't got no soft on coddling little kid talking about, oh my God, look at him, let's let him out. That's probably why he out there now. Yes, you guys, and a lot of them, they know that they're gonna get a slap on the wrist because they're young. They're gonna be a revolving door and they're gonna get out. Luckily, this one here has been charged with as an adult. And yes, we have to pray for the loss of life. We want to pray for the family members. We want to pray for everybody who is affected by this tragedy as well, Lord. We want to give them strength, Father God. We want to ask for love, and we want to ask for understanding when it comes down to when we get to the bottom line of this. Hopefully, we can figure out exactly what the reasoning is. It doesn't really seem like it made any sense at all. A lot of times it happens like that, but at least hopefully the family can get closure. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. Yeah, got to go over to New London. We got the brother of the White House Power who was concerned, and they said that he actually phoned in and reported that his brother, that may have been his brother. Somebody basically told on his brother, like, hey, you know what? I think my brother's the one that did that. Yeah.
Also this morning, New London playing a key role in that specific investigation. We're told that's where officials believe the brother of the suspect lives, and they say he called police right after the shooting happened. He reported in a standstill live outside the police department.
This powing is the one from the White House Correspondents' dinner, and this is the brother of what is his name? Cole Thomas Allen.
You know about this specific connection, Anna, good morning.
Well, good morning. The investigation here in New London is now closed, but as you just mentioned, Kate, investigators here got a call just a few hours after that shooting happened from someone claiming to be the suspect's brother. They brought forward some key evidence here to investigators as this investigation continues federally. After that phone call, the Associated Press reports the brother was interviewed by police here in New London and by federal investigators. They found out the suspect, Cole Allen.
Thank you, Jelena.
Just minutes before the attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. In those writings, Allen referred to himself as a friendly federal assassin and made references to President Donald Trump, along with complaints about the administration's actions, including U.S. strikes on boats accused of smuggling drugs in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. Now, investigators are using those writings as evidence into the suspect's mindset and possible motives. And while the investigation here in New London again is closed, we know that police here are ready to help out federal authorities if they're asked to. I'm reporting live in New London, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Now, this story right here is something that I know a lot of people are not going to be able to really understand. It doesn't make any sense. I want to pray for the family, and I want to pray for everybody that was lost in this family right here. I mean, in this story that we just passed right there. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, you guys. 1 second right there. Yeah, not that story, but the one that's coming up, because this story coming up, want to make sure that we definitely get a prayer in for the one coming up. And yes, we're still doing the 6 and 6. If we can get up to 500 likes to you guys, all you got to do is send me your address. I will send out the Our Bottom Line keychain, as well as the Our Bottom Line decals. That's going to be 6 people on both sides. So that'll be 12 pieces all together. Told you guys a lot of times, you guys do the 500 plus, but you never send the address. So I wind up having to give somebody the decal as well as the keychain. So remember, if we get to that 500 mark, send me your email, send me your address at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. That, not that, but this, llc@gmail.com. Again, bridge this llc@gmail.com to get your decal or your keychain. You'll be entered in the sweepstakes. And most of the time, like I said, a lot of people wind up getting the merch because people say, "Oh, I won," but you know what? They don't remember to send the address. They don't remember the email, and I wind up sending out 2 pieces. This situation right here is really sad. I just want to shed some light on like love and respect for certain people, as well as having some sort of respect for families. I can't believe that someone would bring themselves this low and take someone's life for something so small. When someone wants to take you out somewhere, okay. But if someone wants to cook for you, I actually look at that as being more special. I think that's from the heart. I think they're actually taking their time to prepare the meal. And sometimes even if they can't cook, you know what? At least they tried. Let's look at it like that. Check this out, you guys. We got a situation over here where we got this guy, sorry to say it's this guy, but we got an Edley Stills nabbing over dinner. All he did was say, I don't want to go out. And he brought chicken home to cook. Wife goes crazy. She wanted to go out. He's no longer alive. Certain things I can't say. Let's get into this story right here, you guys.
Lucas Rosh of Delafield was a lot of things to his family. A loving son and brother, especially
Waukesha County, let's go.
uncle, a devoted dog dad. But the 25-year-old's life came to a shocking end at this Okachi apartment Friday night, stabbed to death, prosecutors say, by his longtime girlfriend, 27-year-old Michaela Cloth.
He admits saying, I stabbed him. If you have to take me to jail, okay.
According to the criminal complaint issued at Cloth's court hearing Monday, she told investigators Lucas was, quote, pushing her buttons because he brought chicken over to cook at the apartment when, quote, she would rather go out.
This complaint indicates that this young lady ultimately got into an argument because he brought home chicken to eat instead of taking her out.
According to the complaint, Cloth admitted to investigators she was stabbed Lucas because, quote, she was angry, and went on to say, quote, she should have just gone to the bar, and the whole thing was just irritating.
I stand before you a shattered man.
The family was unaware of the circumstances of the stabbing here until the complaint was referenced in court, and they expressed outrage that it was over something so petty.
Please never let that monster walk the streets ever again.
The commissioner set bail at $2 million cash, saying,
this makes no sense at all.
In Waukesha, Nick Ford, WISN 12 News.
Over chicken. Yeah, over chicken, you guys. And a lot of times it's not over the chicken. It's about the attitude. It's about the arguments. Probably something led to it. I've heard about things that happened like that a long time ago. When I was young, I heard somebody died or somebody got pow-powed over a cookie because he offered somebody's girlfriend the cookie and they didn't like that. So you know what he did? Pow-powed the guy. Yes, it depends on the attitudes of the people. You never know what's going to push someone's buttons. And look at that. She took her own husband, her own boyfriend's life. Now she's got to deal with being in there forever, probably. And now loss of life, families hurt. Furry friend is now gone, doesn't have his owner anymore. And it's just all around bad. Why? Because she didn't want to eat chicken. Sad situation. I want to pray for the family as well as the animals, as well as the everybody involved in this situation. I want to pray for the man's soul as well, that he rests in peace. Father God, we ask you today to please look over everybody that is involved with this situation, and we will follow up if there's any more to be brought out about this story. Amen. Sad situation right there. Watch who you mess with now. Getting the attitude. Next thing you know, yeah. And if she already crazy, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's not, depending on the level of cuckoo, cuckoo. Exactly. Let's go on over to where we going right now. Let's go on over to Hocking Hill. We got a maintenance worker who survived a rare oh my God, I remember this one here. This is called an internal decapitation. I can say that word, an internal one. Think I'm playing? Watch this. I wasn't going to play it. I said, you know what? I'm going to show them this.
Are you famous? Oh, that's me.
32-year-old. The reason he can't talk that good and the reason his eyes are like that is for a reason. When you guys hear about this here, y'all going to, he's a lucky man to be alive.
32-year-old Philip Poley wasn't supposed to walk.
He got his hands on me.
His doctors say people who suffer an injury like his
I have no broken bones, and that sucker hit me hard.
are usually paralyzed or die.
After the initial hit, I was just like kind of stunned, like, did that just happen?
Poley wasn't hit by a car.
We just had a maintenance worker there parked hit by a tree. He's unconscious.
I started pushing this large tree off the roof.
Body-worn camera from a state natural resource officer shows the Hocking Hills state maintenance worker clearing fallen trees from the road back in March when disaster struck.
You can't say it.
Poley's foot is stuck on the gas, pushing the tree branch against his neck. Before the officer can turn off the machine, the branch, about 6 to 8 inches in diameter, is slowly moving Poley's skull off his spine.
Trevor, I need you here now with the chainsaw. If it didn't stop, it probably would have ripped my head off.
The tree branch was acting like a guillotine.
I don't know what to do. I can't get it off of him.
Poley told us at the time he remembers a
pop or a crack or something like that. Decapitation.
He told us as he sat in the seat of that front loader, he could think of one thing.
I'm sort of thinking of my children.
Because this father was about to lose his world.
It was really nice being sad. I just thought how much I was gonna miss them. Miss my babies.
Because resource officers carried trauma kits, that neck brace would keep Phil's neck from moving, to help save his life. Other crews worked to saw the giant branch off Poley's chest.
Yeah, he's breathing.
Now, I think we're worthy of likes. I'm not trying to do nothing, get you guys or whatever. But right now, yes, because we find stories like this, we're the only one that's going to bring it to you so that you guys can see what's going on. Definitely. And if we get up to 500 likes today, you guys will be receiving 6 keychains and 6 decals. Woo! Yeah, I couldn't even look at it. I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. I'm not even going to lie to y'all.
Ambulance 20 minutes away and a medical helicopter unable to fly because of weather. Co-workers at the scene kept him alive until emergency crews arrived and later intubated him to keep him breathing. Another life-saving strategy. Had you been working by yourself, where do you think you'd be today?
Oh, well, I'd probably be dead. Enter Dr. Victor Awar, an Ohio Health neurosurgeon at Grant Hospital. He had what's an internal decapitation. It is separation of the skull from the spine. X-rays show the hardware needed to affix Pulley's skull back to his spine. We put a plate and screws at his skull to anchor that down, and then put screws at C2, C3, C4, and then attached it with a rod. Dr. Awar says when Pulley arrived, the space between his spine and skull measured 9 millimeters. This is supposed to only be 2 millimeters wide from here to here. It's 9 millimeters wide. He told us had his neck moved a millimeter more, paralysis was certain from the neck down.
Why do I love doctors? Why do I love surgeons? Why do I love nurses? Why do I love people in the health industry? Because they can perform certain things that we call mini miracles. That's a miracle. Call it what you want.
We're talking that he could have done it 2 millimeters. If he moved that much more, he would have probably severed his spinal cord.
That's why seeing him walk when we met him less than a month after his accident is extraordinary. Dr. Awar says this kind of injury isn't uncommon, but surviving is.
About 50% of patients who have this kind of injury die at the scene. So of the 50% that make it to the hospital, a significant number of those patients are paralyzed.
What would you like to say to your surgeon?
Good job. Nailed it.
Pulley says he's eager to finish rehab and get back to the state park with his team. He hopes his brush with death will inspire others to remember how fragile life can be.
Love deeply and have grace with people and be patient, be kind. Tomorrow is not guaranteed.
I get to go back this way too.
Let's check.
An amazing story. This accident comes on the heels of a state examination of emergency response times in state parks. Hocking Hills State Park has the longest response time of any state park, which is 20 minutes from dispatch to patient. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources has increased the number of its officers since Governor Mike DeWine took office from 140 officers in 2018 to 179 today. If the state doesn't provide 24/7 protection, it continues to rely on local agencies for support.
Wow, there's so many questions.
miracle.
There's so many questions.
Yeah. Goosebumps.
The chopper, first of all, chopper's not going to land on 2-lane where it's not wide enough. You got wires and trees and everything else. But I've never even heard of putting that bracket on the neck, like somebody doing that. Is that?
Oh my God, I know I want to stay here too and find out more information now, you guys. I'm going to wind up doing more research on him and finding his name, and I will see if he has a GoFundMe. I definitely want to pray for him. I want to pray for him. That's Casey. You know what we said. We got to pray for those doctors. We got to pray for all of the nurses and everybody in the health field, because look at that. Look how they brought him back and look how he's doing right now. He's not 100%, but guess what? He's alive and he's with his family and he's able to experience life. So I want to give a big shout out to him. I want to pray to the Lord. Thank you so much for his for recovery. And if he's able to make a full recovery, that would be a miracle. Also want to pray for his family and all of those surgeons, the doctors, and everybody who was involved in this case right here. And I loved you guys, and thank you so much. And I'm thankful for what he said, because it shed a light on one thing. You have to appreciate life every single day, and that's what we say here every single day. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. We got to go now. We got to get on over to, we're going over to 17-year-old. Sorry to do it, but we got to get on over to this 17-year-old who lost his life in Southwest Miami-Dade. Another pow boy. Another one bites the dust, and it's sad to say it like this. I apologize. As the detectives are basically looking for a pow in this case right here, you guys.
Begin with the breaking news out of Southwest Miami-Dade.
That's where the scene of a teenage tragedy is unfolding. Deputies have a pair in custody. Local 10's Bridget Matter is live at the shooting scene with more of the breaking details. Bridget. Nicole Calvin, sadly, we've learned that this victim was only 17 years old. He was shot near a park in this neighborhood. We do want to show you this scene. It's very layered. We have driven around here. It's encompassing most of this neighborhood. We spoke to several.
Got to be careful in those parks, especially in the evening time, you guys. Make sure you know where your kids are at. Doesn't have to be your child. It could be a rivalry or different gangs going on back and forth. Be careful where you have your kids out, especially in the evening time when it's warm. They, attitudes, drinking, drugs. Just be careful about the evening time with your kids being out.
Several people, including a woman who said she heard several shots. She had to run to her door to take cover. Another woman tells us that they saw several teens running from the scene after hearing gunshots. Police are investigating what led up to the shooting death of a 17-year-old in Southwest Miami-Dade Friday evening. According to investigators, the teen was airlifted and sadly died at the hospital.
At this time, we don't know what led to the shooting. Obviously, there's a park nearby, so we're not discarding the possibility that there was some sort of argument. Obviously, we have shots fired, and obviously that's something led to.
Yes, collective.
That's what the detectives are going to be here looking for.
It happened near a park off Southwest 125th Court. Detectives found a gun on scene and several bullet casings.
The two in custody are adults, so I could share that the two in custody are adults. However, this time we don't know their involvement, if any. We did receive a bolo for a dark sedan. The deputies responded, located that car. They immediately stopped it. So they're detained at the moment, but that's something that we need to figure out how.
So now adults basically pow some kids at a park. Yes, that sounds about right about now, about what's going on. Because we can come up with anything right about now and it's going to happen. That's sad. That's the sad truth of the world that we're living in right now. Yes, I want to pray for the 17-year-old, anybody affected. And again, please, everybody here, if you have a daughter, a son, a nephew, or a niece, please keep them out them parks at nighttime. Figure out another way to do something else with them, because you never know. It doesn't have to be them. It could be something else going on the sidelines. Daytime all day. Go and have fun in the park. Even then, it's not even always guaranteed. But it's a little bit safer than at the nighttime when they think that they're under the cover of the bushes and stuff like that, and all of the cover that they have when they do these things. Amen, you guys. Tired of this already. I had enough today. No more of that. No more teenagers. Even if I see it coming up, we're not playing it. Let's go on over to Colombia, where we got some dash cam footage that's been captured of a boom attack on a Colombian highway. Check this out, you guys. You're riding up the street. Next thing you know, boom, big old, yeah, out of nowhere. Colombia. Yeah, it's going down in Colombia, you guys. I told you, we go everywhere. Check this out. So we got a dash cam footage that captures explosives, a pow on a Colombian road. Look here on the left-hand side. Keep looking right there on the left-hand side, right here. By the time he gets to that truck, look right here. Right there. I don't know if I'm walking down there now. Look at the aftermath. Now look at the aftermath. Buses, cars flipped over. Now that's a big hole right there. Nine times out of 10, there were people in there. So yes, we want to pray for the people that were in this boom in Colombia. Don't know what it was about, but yes, we go everywhere and we report from everywhere. Once we find the information, once we make sure it's real, we bring it to you guys. I want to pray for everyone. Hopefully there's not that many, that nobody got hurt in this situation. I'm asking for a miracle here. If there's people in the hospital, Lord, let's please pray for them and the doctors that are working on them right now. Because yes, you guys see a very big hole right there. And that pow was very loud. That explosion was very loud. Amen. And it looks like, yeah, a lot of damage. Buses, ambulances. This is in Colombia. Yeah, a lot of construction, trying to get the roads back together, trying to get those cars cleared and everything, the trucks. Crazy. When you see aftermath like that, people never look at it for the way it was before. We always look at it for the way it is now. Like when we see scenes of WAR or scenes of a fire, you see the home already charred and messed up. But you never really think about what it looked like before that or if there were possible victims. That's why I want to make sure that we pay attention to stuff like that. Because yes, we always get to see the scenes and the aftermath, but we never know about the victims and how many there were or if there were any. Because those scenes look so crazy, like it was like that for maybe 5 or 10 years or something. Because you can tell it look all messed up. You never know how long it was when the aftermath images are. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to go on to Houston. And I don't know why these people decided to do this. And why are you going to try to steal from this man of anybody? You're going to go to this man comic book store and try to steal some comic books. And then you're going to go to the next comic book store a couple of towns over, not even a couple of towns over, maybe a couple of streets over, and try to sell the comic books like they don't know each other. Okay, let's go. Here we go, you guys. We got to get on over to Houston because I'm glad that these two got the locked up. Watch your head in Houston, stealing comic books, and then go try to. Let's go, y'all. You're only gonna get a story like this from us. Watch this.
Story you'll only see here on KHOU 11 News.
Small business owners working together to catch a group of comic book thieves. This all started when burglars broke into Texas Time Warp Collectibles, that's located off Highway 290.
Good question. What caused the boom boom in Colombia? I don't know. They ain't tell us.
Late last night and stole thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. Now, they tried to sell them at the Comic Vault hours later.
And tonight, Annie Louise shows us how both stores work together to catch the suspects.
Now, you could tell they stupid. You could tell they dumb. They going right to the next door comic book store like, hey, we got all these comics we want to sell. Where'd you get them from?
Yep.
That's right, the theft occurred this weekend, but what the suspects didn't count on was a tight-knit community working together. Caught on camera, thieves breaking into the Texas Time Warp Collectives in Northwest Houston, stealing more than $10,000 worth of comic books.
It's kind of like a rubber or kicking something.
Kevin says he took to social media and immediately shared the surveillance video of the two thieves. He also reached out to local stores.
It doesn't hurt. Let me message all the store owners. We might get lucky.
And that's when the story took a turn. About 17 miles away at the Comic Vault, owner Salman Justani got a call that raised red flags.
I have some X-Men comics, some Spawn comics, and as soon as he said the word Spawn, I was like, wait, this sounds too similar. So I went back and checked Kevin's video that he had circulated on Facebook. That
Someone says he had a gut feeling and asked for photos of the comics.
by that time, the pictures came through, like, this matches the exact same serial number that's on the graded comic as from what he sent me in his pictures.
That's when he made his move, asking the sellers to come in.
Yeah, we're totally interested. I have a couple of customers who would love to buy those comics right now.
Soon after, he says, a man and a woman showed up. The man had a backpack full of comics they say matched the serial numbers of the stolen items. They called police, and within minutes, officers arrived. They not only arrested the man and the woman who tried to sell the comics, but also a man waiting next door at the burger shop. Not all of the stolen comics were recovered, but in this story, the ending didn't belong to thieves. It belonged to a community that worked together.
The fact that they actually stopped.
And then she doing this, y'all. Y'all see her arm like this? This that face when you're like, for real? For comic books? Seriously? And the officer's like, damn right. Watch your head.
Out and we're willing to help us. That speaks volumes about the Houston comic book community.
He said it speaks volumes about the Houston comic book community.
We're told the suspects were taken to the Harris County Jail after the district attorney's office accepted charges on all of them. We're told one of them could have been the getaway driver. Reporting live, Ana Luis, KHOU 11 News.
Trying to steal people comic books, man. And somebody in the comments said, wait a minute, they had serial numbers? Come on, man. You know the comic books got to have serial numbers to prove their authenticity. And right in the computer's got the list of the entire log of all of the comic books that he has. So yes, they got locked up. Watch your head. That poor guy is disabled. Yeah, you seen that? That was messed up. And they probably knew too. 10,000, that's a felony. There we go. Let's give it to them too. They deserve it. Lady talking about, but what happened? It had nothing to do with me, baby. I just drove them over here. I don't know nothing going on over here. Well, guess what? Not knowing is still part of the crime. So come on, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Keep your head up. Don't do it. Keep your eye on the sparrow. She wasn't keeping an eye on the sparrow. She was trying to get some money off them comic books, trying to get a lace front. Ain't nobody stupid. I'm gonna give me a lace front with this. How much you say you're gonna get off these comic books? Okay, come on. I'll drive you over there. Come on. I'll drive you over there. You gonna give me a lace front? Come on, y'all. Let's keep it moving. We got to get on over to Wisconsin. What they know about? What they know? They know a lot about cheese. But what do you know about this? How about a little protein with your Sprite? That's right, you guys. A little bit of protein. A little bit of protein's all it takes. A little bit of protein's all it takes. A little bit of protein. That's right, you guys. Let's get on over here. Got a little bit of extra protein for you guys. Only thing is, it's gonna be coming from a little bit of different places. It's not coming from where you expect it. Let's get on over to Kenosha County, where we went over to find a customer that found worms inside their drinks at a Wisconsin McDonald's. That's right, worms. Was it intentional? Is it in the system? I have no idea. But imagine if you get a nice cold glass of Sprite and you find this in your drink.
Now to an unusual and disturbing find in fast food drinks, a worm, and it happened to several customers at the same McDonald's in Paddock Lake. TMJ4 got a Facebook message from Jasmine, one of the affected customers, and she told us, I'm extremely angry and having a hard time wrapping my head around.
Collective says, no. I don't want any protein with my Sprite. Thank you.
Not at all. Adding, it comes down to two things, either a sanitary issue or that someone is doing this. Our Kenosha County reporter Glenda Valdez traveled to the McDonald's in Paddock Lake and met up with Joe, another one of those who recently found a creature in his drink.
It all started with an order from McDonald's right here in Paddock Lake.
Yeah, I purchased 2 coffees and a smoothie.
And ended with a disturbing discovery.
We threw all of the rest of it away right away because it was so disgusting.
Jasmine Gursky posted on a local Facebook group after she says she found a worm in her drink. 2 other customers who she says she doesn't know chimed in, saying it happened to them too.
The worm came through the straw, it went into my mouth, I spit it out in my hand, and I was contemplating life because I've never had something that gross happen to me.
And now what about all of you guys that drink Coca-Cola? The ones that drink that dark drink, the Coca-Cola. You're not going to be able to see that inside of that Coca-Cola drink. Or you Dr. Pepper drinkers. You might want to switch to Sprite.
My life. It's absolutely disgusting.
Kenosha County Public Health says it received multiple consumer complaints about the worms and came out to inspect the restaurant on Monday. According to the report,
Collective said, nope, seltzer water for me. Worms like Sprite, somebody said. Casey said worms like Sprite.
They told inspectors they noticed worms coming from a sewage receptacle under the drive-thru soda and ice machine over the weekend.
Jolena, you know you're wrong. If they still got 7-Up out there, I need you guys to send me some pictures. Because I don't remember 7-Up since feeling 7-Up, I'm feeling 7-Up. Feeling 7-Up, I'm feeling 7-Up. Sharing styles, sharing smiles, I'm feeling 7-Up. How the hell do I know these songs? I don't know. I don't know. Just like Juicy Fruit. Juicy Fruit, it's gonna move ya. It juices stuff, it gets right through ya. Juicy Fruit, the taste is gonna move ya. When I was a little kid, right? My mother used to laugh at me because I used to run and get the chair and put my foot on it and be like, Juicy Fruit, it's gonna move ya. She'd be like, go on boy, sing your song. Let's keep on going back to the worms in the Sprite.
A health officer said recent flooding may have caused a failure in the floor drain and tiles, allowing water to come back through the machine. Regular, just tea, expect a worm to be inside of it.
No, yeah, and it's not just an earthworm, it's a sewage worm. So that makes it even worse. If you have a kid, you wouldn't want to feed that to your kid.
nobody would want to feed a sewage worm to their kids.
Hi, this is Glenda with TMJ4. I called the McDonald's location directly, and the manager told me they can't comment and referred me to their licensee. I spoke with the representative.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to claim for that. But I can't believe they're not really trying to investigate it and get into that. That is crazy. That's crazy right there. Be careful, you guys. Look at your drinks, inspect your drinks, and that'll probably keep you steered away from drinking soda anyway. We're not supposed to be drinking soda anyway. How about that? We know better over here at Our Bottom Line. Let's keep on moving forward to some phenomenal children. I'm talking about they grabbed the situation together like this, and they really made it happen, you guys. And these are some good kids. All kids ain't bad. And these are some children that we need to put up on a pedestal and say, you know what? You guys need to teach other kids how to stay on point and how to be patient, especially when it's times that are really scary. We got to get on over to this scary moment. We got a bus driver that goes unconscious while driving a bus full of kids. That's right, you guys. I'm not even going to make up no scenarios on this one. I'm just getting straight to it because if it hadn't been for these kids, be honest with you guys, I don't know if this lady would have made it. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. Middle school students save a bus driver. No audio. Please pay attention. Down here in the front, you're going to see the bus driver. And you're going to see a wise little kid. You always got the wise kids that's looking out the window, paying attention to what's going on. Also paying attention to the bus driver. Let those kids pay attention to you. Don't. And as a matter of fact, when you're a bus driver or when you're around children a lot or when you drive, talk to people. You know how they always say don't talk it or whatever like that. Actually, don't let them come across the line. But it's good to have conversations and it's good to be personable with people. This way, when certain things are going on, they probably can notice what's happening and they already know how you are. Check this situation out. I got to give these little guys, I'm serious, some real respect and some props for doing this. This guy right there with the little wings on his back. Scary moment, a middle school student. They notice. Now, as you can look at the bus driver here, head starts to go down. He's paying attention to everything. He's telling everybody, look, Mississippi bus driver falls unconscious during an asthma attack. So now he takes the wheel, taps her and takes the wheel, gets them back on the road. They were off the road, about to go into the lane. I mean, into the bushes, into the ditch. He got them back, woke her back up. She says she's fine now, but she really isn't. Watch, just keep paying attention. Keep paying attention now. She says she's fine. Now everybody, all of the kids are paying attention. They all with her, making sure she's okay. Footage showed the middle school students are taking control of the scene. Now she gets to the point where she can't even take control anymore. She can't even control the wheel anymore. We got the students driving the bus right now, gonna stop the bus and take the keys out. That student right there hit that brake. He hit that brake right there. He's the one that hit that brake. You saw that. Now he gonna make sure it's off. He put it in park. You see that? He put it in park. This kid know what he's doing. Took the key out. He going for the key after this. He like, nah, you ain't driving no more. He going for the key now. One of them go for the key. And they give it to her in the hand like, yeah. They give her an asthma pump too for her asthma. Giving her something to drink. I think they're trying to give her something. They're trying to administer something to her. But she's still feeling it. You guys see this lady still going through it. Look, it's not over. And they're like on the side of the road with cars flying by them. Cars are flying by. They all got their phones out, probably calling their parents and letting them know what's going on. I think she's got a nosebleed because they're covering her nose right now with tissue. But look at them all in play. Look at all of them. Cell phones out. You see that right there? So when they tell you your kids can't have no cell phone, show them this video. You see that? Look, all of them doing what they got to do. And you see the cars flying by. They stayed there until they called the police. They called the police, and the ambulance came on scene and saved them. Got them out of there. See, now, even though she's aware or whatever like that, you guys know better. She is not to be driving right now, especially after she just had an attack. Your mental abilities, your coordination, nothing is there. This is the right.
Five middle schoolers stopping a runaway school bus after their driver passes out are being hailed as heroes.
I had a medical emergency and the students stepped up.
45-year-old Leah Taylor was driving her usual route through Hancock County, Mississippi Wednesday afternoon with a bus full of students when she had an asthma attack and lost consciousness.
She kind of sort of like fell over, like flopped over, and everyone started like standing up.
He caught it first.
Surveillance video, you can see 5 students jumping into action, working as a team to stop the bus and save the bus driver.
I saw that the bus was veering off to the side that I grabbed the wheel.
It's 6th grader Darius Clark.
The bus started rolling forward. It started to like gain the speed. So whenever I clicked the brakes,
I don't even know these kids, and I'm laughing. I'm excited, and it's bringing tears to my eyes.
8th grader Kaylee Clark called 911 while classmate Destiny Cornelius administered medicine to Taylor.
I saw her medication in her hand and I saw like her reaching for it. I knew that's what she needed.
Watch all 5 working together until first responders arrive.
I can't thank these students enough for saving everybody's life because it could have turned out so much worse.
They are wonderful and fantastic child, right? Taylor says she was able to thank each child personally the very next day when she picked them up on the bus. The next day. Yes, the very next day. Yeah. What did you say?
Would you guys let your kid drive with her again? I don't know. Talking about she thanked every one of them the next day when she went to pick them up. I don't know. You need to probably retire, boo. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for every child on that bus that helped out. I want to pray to God and say thank you for making sure that it wasn't any worse than it could have been. And there's people in the comments that's also saying the first time she felt that she was wobbly, that she should have pulled over. Well, not if she didn't have her head to have her head, because sometimes it's like that. You'll just think to keep going. Sometimes people do certain things when they're in these sorts of situations, but we still want to pray for them and we want to thank for the good. We don't always pray for the bad over here, Lord. We pray for the good, and we know that you stepped in and you put your hands on that bus that day and you made sure that those kids and that lady were safe. Amen. There you go. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Said no, 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 unless my kid has their CDL first. She can't drive anymore. There you go. Hell no, we got to get these we got to get these Apple Watches. Smart observation for all of the kids on the bus. Amen and amen. That's right. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got this health and wellness section that we got to get into. And since we're talking about breathing, we're talking about the heart, we're talking about the possibilities of attacks. We can't go any further without talking about certain types of diseases. We don't talk about cancer that much. We talk about how to get cancer, but we don't talk about other things. Talk about this thing right here. It's time to get into it, especially since you saw something like what we just saw. Because guess what, you guys? You never know when it comes down to the human heart. You don't have to be a certain age to get a heart attack. You don't have to be a certain age to get a blockage. And you can live with a blockage up until the time that you get the heart attack. And you will never even know it because the body can almost adapt to anything. Our segment today is about the heart, the love, la corazón. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. We're doing it right now. We in our health and wellness section, you guys. I hope you guys appreciate the content that you're getting right here because this is one of my favorites. It's about la corazón. Let's go. Why healthy people have heart attacks. You heard what I said? Why healthy people. This is for everybody, not just one sort of people, one sort of person now. Healthy people as well have heart attacks. Why do they have heart attacks? This is the prevention tips, and we're going to Think Science as our channel. Yes, health and wellness today is about why healthy people have heart attacks. We need prevention tips and things that we need to know about our hearts. A little bit of tick here and there, you need to pay attention. Flutters, pay attention. Let's go, you guys. Why? Because We love you over here. We're proving it right now. It's about the heart.
You can run a 10K, have zero symptoms, and feel fantastic, all while a widowmaker blockage is growing inside you. How is that possible? Because biology doesn't care how fast you can run. Your body is so good at adapting that it can mask a 90% blockage, keeping your blood flowing perfectly right up until the second it stops. This is why, for half of all men, the very first symptom of heart disease isn't pain.
I had somebody says they had a heart attack when they was 48 and now they're 60 and still going. Please pay attention.
It's sudden death. In this video, I'm going to show you why the healthy heart fails, how your body hides these ticking time bombs, and the only way to actually check your heart before it's too late. To understand why a healthy engine fails, we have to strip away the chest wall. When we study the anatomy of the heart, we see a muscle that demands more oxygen than almost any other tissue. To get that oxygen, it relies on a network of vessels wrapped around it, known as the coronary arteries. Early anatomists thought these vessels looked like a crown, which is where coronary comes from. But I want you to think of them as the root system of a massive tree. If one of those roots is severed, the branch it supports dies almost instantly. We have two main players here, the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. The left branches into a massive vessel called the left anterior descending artery, or the LAD. In the emergency room, we have a grim nickname for this specific vessel,
You've heard this name before, the Widowmaker.
Widowmaker. The reason is simple geometry. The LAD supplies blood to the front and bottom of the left ventricle, the heart's main pumping chamber. If you block a small twig, you lose a leaf. If you block the trunk, the whole tree falls. A blockage here stops the heart's ability to pump blood to the body, leading to massive tissue death. But how does a blockage form in someone who exercises daily? To understand this, we look at the vessel wall. A healthy artery is flexible, like a brand new rubber garden hose. The inside lining is called the tunica intima. In a perfect world, this lining is smooth like Teflon. Blood cells slide right past it without friction, but life is not perfect. Over decades, factors like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and smoking act like sandpaper on this coating. Even the sheer mechanical stress of high volume blood flow during decades of intense exercise can cause microscopic scratches and tears.
And because the body always wants to heal itself, what does it do?
This is where the trouble begins. Your body tries to repair these scratches. It sends LDL cholesterol to the site, like spackle to patch a hole. Then, the immune system sends white blood cells to inspect the repair. These cells consume the cholesterol, turn into foam cells, and eventually harden. This hardened mixture of cholesterol, calcium, and cellular waste is what we call plaque. This condition is atherosclerosis. Now, here's the misconception that gets people killed. Most people imagine plaque buildup like a clog in a bathroom sink. They think the pipe gets narrower and narrower until one day the water just stops. They assume they will feel it happening, that they will get short of breath or feel chest pain.
Now, this is the scary part.
As the opening shrinks. That is logically sound, but biologically incorrect. The human body is incredibly adaptive. As the plaque grows, the artery wall actually stretches outward to accommodate it, preserving the opening for blood flow. This is positive remodeling. It means you can have a massive amount of plaque, but the tube itself remains 100% open.
So you saw the plaque traveling through the inside. I mean, you saw the blood flow flowing through the inside, but right here on the bottom, you saw the plaque. As you guys can see, it's still making room so that the blood can still flow, but with more intensity, more intensity, more intensity, more intensity, smaller, smaller, and smaller.
You have normal blood flow and zero symptoms. You can run a 10K and feel fantastic because the blood is still getting through. This is why the first symptom of heart disease for 50% of men and 64% of women is sudden death. They feel fine until the very second they don't. So, what flips the switch? What turns a silent plaque into a fatal event? It comes down to stability. Imagine that plaque.
Somebody said, I'm living this one.
Covered by
Ad Rain says, I'm living this one. Sam, it's okay. Thank you with 28 wonderful years. Scott, we will look that up. Cancer is fungus. Audrey, okay, that's good to hear. Let's stay on topic, you guys. Please, let's stay on topic.
Thin layer of skin. This is soft plaque.
filled with inflammatory gunk. If you experience a sudden spike in blood pressure or extreme physical exertion, that thin skin covering the plaque can tear. This is a plaque rupture. When that plaque ruptures, the contents spill into the bloodstream. The body panics.
Thank you so much. It's discouraging sometimes how everything is so corrupt, hard to justice. Sorry I couldn't say it all.
It sees this as a massive open wound and immediately sends platelets to clot the blood. This is exactly what you want if you cut your finger, but it is exactly what you do not want inside your heart. In a matter of minutes, that clot grows so large that it completely seals off the artery. It's not the slow buildup of plaque that killed the flow. It's the sudden, rapid formation of the clot. It acts like a cork in a wine bottle. Blood flow hits a brick wall. This is a type 1 myocardial infarction. However, there is another scenario that often affects endurance athletes pushing their limits.
Sorry to hear about that, Jolena.
The type 2 myocardial infarction. Consider a 50-year-old disciplined runner named Robert. Robert has normal cholesterol. While running a race, he doesn't feel crushing chest pain. He just feels weird. His energy drops. He feels lightheaded and nauseous. He thinks he's just dehydrated. At the hospital, doctors find a protein called troponin in his blood. Think of troponin like the liquid inside a glow stick. As long as the plastic casing is intact, the liquid stays inside, but if you snap the stick, it leaks out. Heart muscle cells are full of troponin. If those cells die, they break open and leak into the bloodstream.
Whoa.
Robert is having a heart attack. But when they look at his arteries, they don't find a 100% blocked pipe. They find a 50% blockage. So how did he have a heart attack with blood still flowing? This is a supply and demand problem. While sitting on a couch, a 50% blockage is irrelevant. The hose is crimped, but enough water gets through to water the grass. But when Robert's heart rate spikes to 170 beats per minute, his heart demands a fire hose worth of blood. The crimped artery can only deliver a garden hose worth. The demand exceeds the supply, and the heart muscle starts to suffocate. This is ischemia. In Robert's case, there was an extra factor atrial fibrillation, or AFib. Your heart runs on an electrical grid, creating a coordinated squeeze. In AFib, the top chambers stop beating and start quivering. This chaos messes up the timing. If you combine a partial blockage with the rapid heartbeat of AFib, you create the perfect storm. The heart is beating so fast, it doesn't have time to fill, and the arteries can't deliver enough oxygen to sustain the pace.
Exactly. So you don't have enough air. You can't keep running at a pace like that. So now you got a blocked artery where blood is trying to flow through it. When you're at a regular pace, you're able to get that done. But when you start moving real fast, blood starts to flow. Now everything's trying to rush through that same blocked artery. That's when you run into problems, you guys. Let's go.
This highlights the 70% threshold. Generally, you will not feel chest pain until an artery is roughly 70% blocked. Below that, your heart compensates. Above that, you might feel tightness when walking upstairs that goes away when you sit down. We call this stable angina.
I like for you guys to be aware of stuff like this. Hopefully it never happens, but at least you can dial it in if it ever happens to us or anybody you know that say they feel a certain way. And you can't diagnose anybody, but you may want to tell them to go get checked out by a doctor.
Your body's check engine light. But remember, the majority of heart attacks occur in people with less than 50% blockage because soft plaques are more prone to popping than big, stable ones. So if you can't feel it, is there any good news? Your heart has a secret backup system called collateral circulation. Think of your main arteries as interstates. If a jam persists for years, your heart paves side streets to bypass the blockage. This is why a 70-year-old might survive a heart attack that kills a 40-year-old. The older heart had time to build those detours. In a younger person, the rupture is sudden. The highway shuts down, and there's no way around it.
This is why I keep telling you guys, it really doesn't matter the age. It really matters the condition of the heart and the blockage.
One of the best ways to force these vessels to grow, Zone 2 and HIIT training. Exercise builds the network that buys you
Thank you,
time.
Shante.
And time is the only currency that matters. In the ER, we say, time is muscle. 20 minutes, irreversible damage begins. 90 minutes, heart tissue turns to scar tissue. Scar tissue doesn't pump. To save the muscle, you have to recognize the symptoms. Men usually get the Hollywood heart attack, chest pressure, and arm pain. For women, it's insidious, extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, or even intense acid reflux. If you feel a sudden sense of doom, don't ignore it. Fixing the plumbing. If the plumbing fails, cardiologists perform a PCI. They thread a tube through your wrist, find the jam with dye, and inflate a balloon to smash the plaque.
Yep.
Then they deploy a stent, a metal mesh scap.
And the sad part about this is once you get to this stage, it's probably too late. You're probably already diabetic, like my mom. They put a stent inside of her. Also, they put it in so that they can access her main blood in order to access it for what do they call that thing? Dialysis. You don't want to get that far, you guys. You want to take care of yourselves. You want to be serious about the conditions of your body. I'm really showing you guys this because this is how my mom lost her life. My mom lost her life from a heart attack, and it was brought on in the most tragic way that you guys could ever think of. I might as well share it with you and let you guys in on something. My mom passed in 2014. I found out because they said that she was in the house alone. She had fell in the bathroom. But when she fell, she had already had a heart attack. They broke into the apartment. They went inside the bathroom and they found her. They were able to bring her back with the shock thing. They were able to bring her back. Sad part about it is when they brought her back, she was in fear because, of course, no one was in her house. She never realized nobody was there. She's like, "What are you doing here?" Scared her so much, she had another heart attack. Tried to bring her back again, wasn't able to do it. So first time they were able to bring her back. Second time, probably because the heart was so scarred already, keeping it 100 with you guys, that once she got scared again and frightened to get so scared that the heart rate went up again, and then she passed and they couldn't bring her back. So again, the heart is a very important part of our bodies. It's a very important part of my life, and a very important part of my mission of what I do and why I became vegan, why I don't eat certain foods, and why I'm the man that I am today. Keep on asking me why I wear a suit and why I do certain things. It's because of my mama and my dad. They put certain things in me, and in order for me to come and present myself, I remember them at all times, which is why I present myself a certain way. And you ain't gonna catch your boy slipping because I always think about the people that put me here. And I have so much respect for my mother and my father that I'm not gonna stand out in any sort of way to be disrespectful or look crazy. So you got questions about suits and stuff like that and why I do what I do? That's why. Outspokenness and the way I am with joking and all of that, that's all my mother. All her. Calling yourself out, all my mother. All that stuff that you guys get, I'm a product of my environment. I'm so glad that I had a good environment. So yes, shout out to you guys. I want to pray for my mom, pray for everyone here that may be dealing with heart issues. And also, you guys, it's nothing to go get a test. Go get your blood pressure tested because I found out myself that my blood pressure was very high at one point when I came back and I started taking care of her. I was taking care of her so much that I wasn't taking care of myself. And you can do that. It can happen. So yes, thank you guys so much. I'm just a product of same product, just like you guys are. Leviathan, I appreciate you for the $10 super chat, the $20 one before that. Condolences and thanks for sharing, Gotti. So that you guys know that these stories are not just me whistling Dixie. They're heartfelt and they really mean something to me. And I really pray every single time that I'm giving you guys good information because sometimes it's hard to find these videos. And then I pray and I say, God, you know I want to give them something good. Please help me find something really good for them. And then I get lucky and I get a blessing and I find things like this. So I really hope that you guys appreciate the content in our health and wellness section today. Amen. Rather long prayer, but yeah, let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get it.
That holds the artery open forever. Now let's talk scans to find hidden culprit, the screening strategy.
Blue dot.
But the goal is to find the fire before the house burns down. Standard blood work only tells you the ingredients in your blood. It doesn't tell you if they're sticking to the walls. You need better data. CAC score, a 5-minute scan for hardened calcium. A score of 0 is perfect. Over 400 is a ticking time bomb. Next scan is CT angiogram. This sees the soft plaque, the invisible, unstable blisters that haven't hardened yet. This is the ultimate early warning system. The healthy heart attack is almost always a tragedy of ignorance. Control your blood pressure to stop the mechanical tearing of your arteries. Manage your blood sugar to prevent inflammation, and keep moving. Don't guess if you're healthy. Use the tech we have and know.
There you go, you guys. There it is. And that is why healthy people have heart attacks. Prevention tips. The name of the channel is what? Think Science. Where y'all subscription at? Did I do it already? Because where's the subscriber? I think I already did it. That's probably why I can't do it. Probably why I can't do it. Yeah, because I already subscribed. Yeah. So Think Science. Again, why healthy people have heart attacks, prevention tips. And I love the graphics on this. So if you guys want to send it to somebody else to share, you probably should. Go ahead and screenshot that right there. Why healthy people have heart attacks. And you also know, and you should be a part of our Discord by now, because we have all of these videos up on our Discord so that you guys can go watch all of these videos later, and you don't have to just say, oh my God, we can't, where can we see that again? Go to the Discord, Our Bottom Line Discord. That's all you got to do. Scroll up, all of them in there. You're going to be like, wow, they're really here. And I made a mistake, maybe one or two probably won't be there because some days I forgot. But for the most part, all of our health and wellness videos are right there in our Discord. And like I said, you guys, I really hope and I pray that you guys got a lot of information from that. And I really said to my Lord, I said, you know what? I don't want it to just be about old people either, because we got a lot of younger people here. I want to let them know what's going on too. So yes, for the younger heart, it's very important as well. You heard what they said. You be running while you're young, and next thing you know, you can't even make it because you don't have those extra valves that were created or those extra lanes that were created. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now, you know how we do it. We love the animals. Let's get into a smart squirrel that understands what the rescuers want her to do. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And like I said, I really hope you guys got something out of that, because I'm making my mission to really go in and making sure that we get something good going on when it comes to the health and wellness section. We got a squirrel here. She is trapped on the side of what, let's say a lake or something like that. That's her right there, holding on to all of this debris right there. It's a bunch of debris because she can't make it up to the top because she fell inside of the water. So now, this is why I love human beings, really why I love our people, because it's the smallest act that you can do that shows how big your heart is. No one had to help this squirrel. They could have just kept walking. Watch this. She's in danger and she's clinging on the wall for dear life with no way up without help. Two men prepare a piece of fabric, and he's using his belt with a piece of fabric. Hoping the squirrel will understand what to do. When the men lower it down, the little one looks at it like, what are y'all doing? Now she gets it, getting ready to take a leap to it. She's getting ready. She's hesitating, but she's trying. She's getting there. They're hoping that she gets it. That they know what she's trying. That she gets what they're trying to do. She missed. She missed. She's climbing back up to one other side, y'all. She missed again. She finally grabs it and runs to safety. She fell in the water and went over in the water and got it. Y'all know we love the animals over here. Y'all know how we do it. I always gotta send you guys out the right way. I think I wanna do a double take today though. First we did the squirrel. You know we gotta do the dogs. This dog here, he only had a coconut to play with. Can you believe that? A coconut? Until he found a forever home. Let's go, you guys, because you know we love the dogs. Come on.
Dog is about to choose his own toys for the very first time after a life where all he had to play with was a coconut. His name is Chooch, and he was found in really bad shape on an island in Panama. So right now I'm walking to see this dog that I got a call about today. Hi, honey. Oh, baby boy, baby. He's been out for at least 3 weeks. He was severely underweight, just covered in ticks, and had signs of past injuries. So Les heard about him and decided that she just could not leave him there. We're gonna get you help, okay? But slowly he started to recover and his personality started to come out. Turns out he not only likes coconuts, but rocks too. Les started thinking about what she could do, and for Church that meant trying to get him off the island and find him a home in the US. With the help of rescuer Marcela, they were able to get Chooch to the US. So he's gonna get owned.
So they got Chooch to the US. They said, you know what? If we can get Chooch to the US, maybe we can save a bunch more dogs.
And once they did, if they could do it for Chooch, they could do it for other dogs too. What really stood out to me is that this didn't just end with Chooch. It turned into something they kept coming back to again and again until it became something much bigger than just one rescue. Now Chooch has a home of his own with the most amazing family that Lex found for him. And he's kind of the reason why all of this even started.
Chuchi, that's a giant rock, honey. You can't take that with you.
You know he got a home. Said, Chooch, that's a giant rock, honey. You can't take that with you. And you know we can't get up out of here without showing you the progress of our boy. Come on now, you know we got to keep it going. Yes, we're going to keep on going. Extended version, because somebody's getting their coordination. I kind of told y'all that Nova was going to be walking by the summertime. So not only is he walking, but his coordination is crazy. He's lifting those back legs, those hind legs. He's moving, y'all. Check out Nova right now, you guys. You know we can't get up out of here without watching Nova.
Yes, that's good.
Shout out to Lynn and Nova. You know we love you over here at Our Bottom Line. Look at that therapy right there. And I'm the one that said Nova gonna be walking by summertime. Look at Nova, y'all. Look at Nova. Supernova.
Okay. There you go. All right, hold on a second. I know it's tired. You gotta get it up. Come on. You're so close. You're trying to jump before you can just get up. There you go. That's better. All right, go again. Slow. There you go. And going back. Yep, I know. There you go. There you go. All right. What do you think? One more time? Oh, yeah. Circle. Yeah.
I like his therapist because she don't play.
Good job.
It's okay. He tired. He tired. So yeah, that's my boy Nova right there with his progress right there. And I already told you guys that homie was gonna be walking. I already told you about summertime. Yes, I told you. Yes, Lynn and Nova, we are so happy over here. Y'all know what we gotta do right now. Let's get those prayers in the air since we feeling so happy. We got a body full of joy, and that's how I like to leave us on. So you know what we're gonna do right now? Let's get those prayers in the air. Come on, you guys. We're gonna pray for love. We're gonna pray for happiness. We're going to pray for good health for ourselves as well as our animals. We're going to pray for understanding. We're going to pray for love, and we're going to pray for happiness. Come on, you guys. Liberty and justice. Going to definitely got to show some love to you. Ad Reigns, no doubt. Miss Keisha, gonna pray for you as well. Gotta pray for Five Line and Whoop, Rebecca Lanya and Bueno, Kendra Walker. How you doing, sis? There you go. Hey, what's going on with Brittany? How you doing over there? Karen Burns, Batty Lynn, Sky. Gotta show massive love to Colessive. Gotta pray for Ad Reigns. Praying for Winston, Faye. Gotta pray for Jolena, Mary Tanner. How you doing, Mary? Adam, Angels, Liberty, Zion's Choice, Sam Champion, Winter Rising. There you go, Patrick. How you doing, Patrick Farino? Ain't see you in a minute. Miss Swanza, Science Choice. How you doing, Lorma? Okay, Mary Tanner. Jordan Dowdy, my brother. Hope everything's going good for you. Casey Ramos, great to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing great. Glad to see you here today. So who was that? Sweet RV, Faye. Colessive, Karen Burns, Team Max. There we go, Brown Eyes. I see Angels Among Us. Also, I see Casey Ramos popped up again. There you go, my brother. Love you too. Rose, CLE, off topic, but I'm going to celebrate my grandma today for her 93rd birthday. Happy birthday, grandma, for 93 years. Jordan Dowdy, too. I'm for the fullest. Yo, liberty and justice. Four gifted hands. I see Rose, CLE 77 up in here, too. Who we got? I'm going to try to get the rest of them. VG5P, Jolena Taborn. Thank you. And you always going to get the prayers from us. We do not play. Faye. Lamar Fullers. That's right. We got to get those prayers up for Lamar. Who else we got up here? Patrick Farino, Brown Eyes. That's right. You are Kia Good. This is Kia Good Vibes. Okay. Zion's Choice. Adam. Okay, Adam. Casey Ramos. And who else we got last but not least? We got to put some of our people up in here. Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about Terry. Can't forget about Angels Among Us. Winter Rising. Want to make sure that we get who else? Jeffrey Spilker. Who else? Guy. Okay, wait a minute. Teddy. Can't forget about my boy Teddy. Can't forget about Teddy and Jordan Dowdy, Batty Lynn, Miss Swanza, Mary Tanner. Amen, you guys. Lamar Fullers. That being said, we're going to be right here, back here, 6 o'clock in the morning. But you know we got to do the promo first. Because if you guys are trying to get your brand out, we at 72,000 subscribers. That's right. We made the mark yesterday at 72. So what are we doing, you guys? We're forging straight on. And we're not stopping until we get to 75,000 subscribers, because then we'll only have 25,000 more to go to get to the plaque. That's right, you guys. We deserve it. We work hard. We're the best in the #1 show on YouTube. You guys are the best co-hosts, the best family members, mods, and family members that I've ever had. Just want to let you guys know, every single one of you, I appreciate you, and you're the reason I do this. The reason I wear the suits, besides my mama. That's right, you guys. You already know what it is. And guess what I'm going to say right now? You know what's coming up, because we already made the calls, and I made them calls yesterday. For what? The Show Your Talent Search, coming up in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. That's right, Shaolin. That's right, Shaolin might be the first place that we go back to. We're doing our talent show again with DJ Don Dada, who's the DJ. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and that's when we do the talent shows, right? It's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. We're going to be in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. What's the talent show about? Is it just singing and dancing? No. You could win with a plate of food. You could win by doing a backflip. It's talent. I don't know what your talent is, but if you're good at it, boom, you might make $250, especially when we roll up on Staten Island in a couple of weeks or two. Pull up, let us see what you got, and if you win, you'll be the winner. And if maybe we have the person that's online that's going to come on and win, and that'll be coming by Cash App, not from me, coming from Big Drip Hard Punch. Like I said, I'm your host. I got my DJ Don Dada. You guys want to be a part of this talent show that's being sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch? All you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Again, that's www.drinkbigdrip.com. 2 G's and 2 P's. And all you got to do is put your email address in the email. I mean, put your email address in the email slot, and I myself will keep you posted on where we're going to be at. That's right. We keep we keep the posts updated, and you also always see DJ Don Dada does the promos. So you're definitely going to know when and where we're going to be. And that's going to be probably in the next week or two. Promo time, then we're doing the sponsor. I mean, then we're doing the event. Got to do enough time to get the people out there and to be aware of what we got going on. But if you got a promo trying to get it out there, all you got to do is send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridgethisllc@gmail.com. And here's your last chance to hit that like button. I don't know how many people are here. You might be able to get it to over 500, where you'll be able to get the keychain and the decal. I don't know where the numbers are at. Probably didn't make it today, but guess what? Maybe we'll try to do it again tomorrow. That's right, you guys. If we would have made it to 500 or more, you would have got 6 keychains coming out and 6 decals coming out to 6 and 6 different people. All you would have had to do was with that same email address, that's right, same email address, send me your address. And then that means 12 people would have been able to receive this. But guess what? Tomorrow is another day, and we live to fight another day. Guess what, you guys? You know what we got to do right now, right? I got to get up out of here because we got to keep it moving for tomorrow. So you know what we're going to do right now? I'm going to say it just like this. Y'all could have went anywhere because we did our prayers already. Had to make sure we did those prayers. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, our bottom line right here on our station. Can't wait to see you guys. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you loved and got a lot from the health and wellness segment today. You guys, see you guys tomorrow. Get 'em! Peace.